mute button decided not to work and did not unmute me, but... Oh, no, nothing's working. God dang it. Gosh dang it, man. It's so rude. None of the buttons are pressing. Hopefully you guys can hear me just fine here. And we'll get some StarCraft music on. Gotta finish up this here bracket. We got a couple people have not checked in yet, hoping that they show up for us, but I don't know. I'm not seeing them online right now. Oh, I do see somebody in here that's not in the bracket at the moment. Oh wait, no, never mind. He's in the bracket. Okay, good. But we're gonna get Apoptosis on the call here shortly. I just gotta finish this here bracket up right on now. Tater Tutor, I see that yeehaw you got in the chamber there. We'll just hold on to that for a few minutes. And we'll get that to you right quick, right short. I don't know, will any of my buttons work? If I do that. No, none of my buttons are working, guys. None of my buttons are working. This is causing me some problems. I'm not particularly happy about this situation we got on hand here. I'm gonna have to do this manually. Okay, it's okay. Hello, monsieur. ¿Cómo estás?
¿Cómo se va?
¿Cómo se va?
Yep.
I'm just finishing up this here bracket, making sure we got all our people checked in and ready to go for this here tournament. How's
your tournament?
How's your date going, Mr. Popto?
Oh, you know, chicken. It's going real good. Yeah, it's going real good.
Oh, that's
scraped the ice off that there window earlier in the morning and went into work for just a little bit. You know.
Yeah, that's real north side living for you.
That's real north side living. Yeah.
Some mainland
no Hollywood
shit.
guys over here. You know. Nope.
All right, I think we're gonna give up on Cure and Gumiho signing in. So we're losing some Terran representation at the top side of this bracket.
They've just won so much that they're just like, you know what? It's okay.
I mean, that might be it. You know,
it's okay. We'll leave it be. I'm excited, man. Thank you for having me. Thank you for allowing me to cast.
I am so happy that I am the cause for your channel saying StarCraft 2 again.
It is. It does. It says it. It's a true category.
Oh man.
This isn't Brood War? Wait, hold on. I'm in Brood War right now.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Nice.
I thought we were doing. Yeah, you know, I thought we were doing like the.
Yeah, it's like the original KSL.
Brood War. Yeah, original KSL. Yeah. Is that not what we're doing?
Not quite. It's like that, but in StarCraft 2.
Okay. So I'm going to just follow you wherever you go.
That's a good plan.
So just link me some stuff because I'm not very good at this whole cast.
I will. Here's a fun fact for you also.
Bit of a noob.
If you
what's up?
right-click my name, if I'm in a lobby, you can join.
I can just join it.
Yeah.
Look at that.
So that way we both have the ability to make sure that you get into whatever I'm in, you know?
Okay.
Because if I forget, which happens
but
a
you know
lot.
what? I can also just rebroadcast your stream.
That's true.
If I really needed to, I could do it. But it's better to be in the game for yourself. You know, you get to
You got to get your head in the
click
game.
around. Yeah, you got to get your
Just
head in the
Troy
game,
Bolton
so.
told us that, and it's important to
Troy
remember.
Bolton.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. No, my day's been good, man. I have dropped a bunch of money today on Christmas presents. So just
Nice.
ripping my bank account to shreds.
That's what we
For the-
like to see.
Goodness of others. Yeah. Maybe got you a little something something. Who knows? Who
Oh
knows?
my.
You know.
Damn, I
You
guess
know.
I'm gonna have to reopen the tab I had open of something to get you. I don't remember what it was, but I was like, this would be a good gift for A-pop.
Close it out.
Maybe I'll
No,
get it for your birthday
no pressure.
instead.
No pressure, buddy.
Which is
'Cause,
obviously
my birthday
today,
is
so happy birthday.
So that's not true, but thank you though. Where are we going?
So I was thinking,
Where are you wanting to go?
I was thinking we could hit up Mio Micah versus Triple. I want to
Oh,
try
I
to
love-
give you some
I do
Zerg
love
action.
Mio Micah. I do love Mio Micah. He is such a Chad Zerg player.
He is indeed.
Mio Micah is going by Karen.
Yes.
There we go.
Which we appreciate.
Perfect.
He's kind of
Which we
always
do.
got a different name, I feel like. I knew
That's
immediately. I was just about to say, I don't think Mio's here, and then Karen popped up, and I was like, never mind.
Never
Never mind, he's
Mio
here.
Micah
We
is
got
here.
him in. Also, because I owe this to chat, just bear with me momentarily while I give him a nice big ol' yeehaw! That's all.
Bro, it sounded you muted the mic like just slightly after you started. It sounded
Yeah.
like you got like yeeted into space like Team Rocket's blasting off again.
That's perfect. That's how I wanted it to
It was
sound.
good. It was good. It was good. Oh man. How was your day, dude? Did you have you had a good Thanksgiving from what I understand?
It was pretty good. Like, the food was delicious. The company was like all right.
Okay.
You know, we had some
Mhm.
squabbles.
Couple of tiffs here
Yeah,
and there.
yeah. Like some political conversation just really got out of hand. But you know, that's what you expect on Thanksgiving. And
Yep.
I'm
that's
just glad
true.
I don't have to like talk to those people all the time.
Yeah, no, for sure.
But thanks for
it's
having
kind
me
of a once
over
a
at your
year sort of thing.
place. Appreciate
you're
that.
welcome. You're welcome.
That was a lovely time. I ate the leftovers just a little while ago, and they were
Oh,
still
nice.
very delicious.
Okay, looks like Mio Micah is waiting for triple.
Yeah, Triple's kind of hit or miss on showing up to this event. Also, it took us forever to actually pay him out for the few times he got into the round of 8. Because
Oh,
he
no.
doesn't... He does have a Discord, but it's not the Discord that I thought he had. And I'm like pretty sure it uses a barcode in game, so he's like
okay.
really hard to find. Like it
Hard
might
to get a hold
might be
of.
this barcode with the Protoss insignia.
It could be that guy.
Like
Yeah.
it could be. I'm not sure.
It might just be.
Anyways, yeah. Apparently, I owe chat a second yeehaw, but I just yeehawed. I feel like I gotta
He just
spread
did
them
it.
out.
You know, come on, guys. So, bring me up to speed on the meta. You know, it's been a minute since I've played StarCraft 2. Certainly.
Yeah.
I think it's been like 6 months. About half a year or so. I understand it is a pretty sad place for Zergs to be.
Well, maybe on the latter, Zerg's not having a happy time. I will say in tournaments, I feel like there's still plenty of viable
still just
options
doing
for
fine.
Zerg. If you're, like one of those maybe 6 or 7 Zergs, you can
Okay.
still do pretty all right.
I see.
So like we've got Dark in here. Dark's gonna do pretty
Ooh.
okay today.
He's going to be
he-
A-okay.
He might struggle against Hero in the finals or Oliveira in the semis, but those are like
Mhm.
really good players. So
Those are also extremely good players.
Solar just won GSL. So
True.
Zerg's doing okay. Obviously,
Okay,
Cyril
they're
and
doing
Raynor
alright.
still kind of dominating Europe.
The top
Um,
the top GM on the leaderboard currently is a Zerg.
is that
So,
the case? Wow.
yeah, in Asia, in the Asia region.
I wonder who that is.
Who could that
Probably
possibly be?
Dark.
Probably, yeah.
Maybe Solar. Could be like a cheeky Sue. You know, Sue's the
Could
kind of
be,
guy who
yeah.
would like get #1 in Korea while not playing in any of the tournaments.
See, this is exactly what you're saying, though. Of the top 15, there are 4 Zergs, and then you got to scroll all the way down to like number 30 to get your next Zerg.
Yeah, there's a little bit of like, I think the really big thing is you either need really crisp timing attacks where you're just like bopping people, especially against Protoss, right? Or you need to just be comfortable in the late game. And that's a very difficult task.
That's a hard spot to be, yeah. It's hard to be, yeah. Zerg late game, there's just so much like actual tasks that you can do at any given time.
We're still not seeing triple, unfortunately. This is my favorite part of casting is like waiting for a match and then one of the people just isn't showing up. What's ironic about this is usually it's me or Micah who ends up doing this to me. But today, Mio's here and his opponent is not.
Triple's not.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
Have you ever missed like a game completely?
Oh,
Like,
all the time.
I'm not in any of them.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Because it's
You
usually
do.
like, I'm like, oh, I'm going to cover this one. And then all the other ones start, and I'm still waiting for this one. But honestly, a lot of the first round matches aren't super close usually.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, in this bracket right now, I think Damaga Ashbringer could be good. But the other 3 matches to start us off are going to be pretty big mismatches. Where you have like a pro or a semi-pro against somebody who like really likes StarCraft.
Yeah.
And like shout out to those guys, but it's those are rough games to play.
Yep. They are. You really get to understand how terrible you are at StarCraft when you play against somebody who's very good. And you like, I'm in Masters. I may be even in low GM. Like, I'm pretty good. And comparatively, you are.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you are, compared to the rest of the StarCraft 2, like, population, you are pretty good. But there are people who are just mountains ahead of you.
I was casting the oh, hold on. Give me a second. Up a tree against like a diamond or platinum player the other day, and it
Yep.
it was a pretty big mismatch, right? Because like Up a tree is like 50-100 MMR, so he was against like a plat 1 player or something, and it wasn't pretty.
Yeah, I mean, StarCraft 2 in a way is like chess in that if both players are trying their best and there's no other like crazy things going on, like, you know, someone's sleep deprived or sick or whatever, the better player, if it's pretty far ahead, substantially far, like a Masters to a Platinum player or something, that the Platinum player should never win. Like, you should always be able to beat them.
Yeah, and it's just like part of how the ranking system works. Like, you're just going to be that's what it is, right? You're that much worse than that person. Better. But then I watched Up a Tree against Firefly, and it was just the same thing but reversed.
Yeah. I think what makes it so difficult when you're underranked and you're playing against somebody way, way, way above your skill level is their ability to not only they can just do everything that you're doing. It's not like you don't understand the game. They just do everything that you're doing, but they're doing it faster. Yeah. They're doing it more efficiently. And then they're doing more of those things at the same time. And they're also not missing any timings, and they can glean information from much like smaller things.
Yeah. The last time I played a pro was a couple months ago. I signed up for an ESL Cup and I played against Max Packs. And
my God.
I have never been so like utterly out of my league. I've played like a couple of pros over the years, you know, and it's like usually you get into like a macro game and maybe 6 to 8
like
minutes
5,
in,
6 minutes. Yeah,
they hit you with something and either it kills you or like it almost kills you and then you stay in a little longer. I lasted 11 minutes against Neeb, you know?
Yeah.
Which, granted, he was like mothership rushing me, but still.
Well, I think Triple's here.
Triple is here. Triple is that. See, I told you he's
We've
barcode.
seen him.
But he's got the...
But he has a clan tag. He's one of the special barcodes.
Yes. That's how you want to differentiate yourself. Hero does that.
Listen, I'm a barcode, but I want to make sure that people know I'm not just any barcode.
Pretty much. But yeah, Max Packs killed me with like 3 units. 2 to 3 units.
Yeah.
At game 1, I think was 2 units, and game 2 was 3 units. And that's not because I did anything differently. He just like waited for 2 oracles the second time.
Protoss is really special in their ability to be able to do that. I don't know if any other race... Well, Terran can kind of do it.
If like you're beyond and you have like, Reapers? Maybe.
Yeah. Protoss, you can take like 2 Stalkers and just win the game with those if you really wanted to. If you're good enough.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen... Max Packs in particular loves to utilize his first 3 or 4 units in ways that's just insanely impressive. And like, God, I wish we saw him at big tournaments because he doesn't go to those. But he just played Dark in the ESL Open Cup this past week. Ooh. And I mean, he pretty much won with like 2 Adepts and 2 Oracles.
That's fucking crazy.
Obviously, the game went on longer, but he was just ahead from then on.
Ah, they're in game. No.
No, that's.
Wait. Oh, is that okay?
BattleNet's
is that lobby?
That's gonna be the lobby. Yes.
Okay. Woo! Listen, this fucking thing will tell you if you're like in the co-op menu. So I thought, it would tell you if you're in a lobby.
It's really good and really specific. Right up until it's just wrong.
Okay.
See how Triple is still in menus?
Yeah. Yeah, he's in a game now.
We're going to try to get into this game. Here's the other fun thing is, can the players invite?
Can we get an invitation?
Aha. I have an invitation. And that means you have an invitation.
That means I have an invitation. All right. Once you get in... Oh, hey. Guess who just got a lobby invitation? Guess who's coming in? Hey, there I am.
Sweet deal.
Oh, I have not seen any of these maps.
Oh, yeah, so you're on a new map. All right, this is going to be fun.
Because
you have not only a new patch.
ZVZ.
But we've got 9 maps. Not 7, but 9.
9?
Yeah.
Wow, that's actually a lot.
Yeah, so they added 2 extra maps. Some of the maps are pretty interesting. Obviously, they're all pretty macro-focused, and they're all very big. Which I think is what offsets, like, maybe the patch was a little bit Terran favored, but all the maps are huge, and I know all the Terrans are, like, sad about that. So it kind of offsets in a way, where, like, the big maps, obviously, are generally better for Zerg.
Yeah.
So I think that's part of the reason, too, why, like, only some Zergs might be able to find success, whereas others might struggle, despite the size of the maps.
Jesus.
All right, we're in game.
Yes, we are. I'm in it. You're in it.
Let's do it. Oh my god, none of my buttons are working. It's so annoying.
See where you put your StarCraft League logo so I can reposition it because I don't know where to put it. You put it there. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
you can put it in the lower left corner or the very upper right corner are the 2 usual.
To move it a little bit here.
I also made mine a little bit transparent just for fun.
Just for sake of it, eh? Just for the sake of it.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. That's going over there. Boom. Professional quality initiated.
And if you don't feel like observing, you can double tap 3 and just follow my observing.
That's true. I can. Hands off the keyboard. This is the
beautiful.
life.
That's real casting right there. It's following somebody
I love
else's observing.
Yeah, that's the good shit. Sipping a beverage.
All right. Well, let's introduce our players here who are not going by either of their actual names, because in the upper left-hand corner of Oceanborn, we have the Karen of StarCraft, Mio Micah.
And in the bottom right-hand corner of Oceanborn, it is the Yellow Zerg Triple.
For some reason, I thought
whoosh.
Triple... I do a whoosh, yes.
I needed to do that manually, so I'll do that next time.
Okay. I mean, you could just make it with your mouth, too. You could just, like, say it out loud.
Whoosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
That's what's up.
Whoosh.
I thought Triple played
Interesting.
Protoss. He does not.
This is fine. ZVZs are cool.
No, I mean, I love me some ZVZ. The follow-up to this
Yeah.
will be a ZVZ as well, as Dark is waiting in the round of 8 for the winner of this. So we got a lot of Zerg action. I wanted to get warm you up back into StarCraft with some Zerg.
Thanks, dude.
You know, before we watch a Protoss win this tournament, because Hero is on a pretty insane winning, not necessarily streak, but like, I think he's won 14 or 15 of these cups, and we're only on 36. It's pretty spectacular.
Okay, I didn't see the pool timings, but early lings here for Mio Micah.
Yeah, I think Triple opened pretty standard, just hatch gas pool kind of thing. Mio seems to be putting a little bit of pressure on, but it was a late early pool, maybe a safety pool, because he doesn't really know Triple.
Like a 15 pool.
Yeah, I think so, because the 4-lings got over there like right before the 6 popped, and that's usually like a 15, 16 pool kind of timing, so.
Yeah.
Not too crazy. Triple
straight to layer, no
straight to
speed.
layer. That's hot. That's hot.
That's
has
hot
the
as hell.
money.
He's also slamming overlords too.
You know, it's important to have a lot of overlords. Going for a Roach Warren.
I mean, he has like more than you would even need. Look at this. There's so many. He's 52 supply cap.
52
That's
supply
crazy.
cap. That's a lot of supply cap.
Meanwhile, Mio Micah is supply capped right now. What is going on?
36 block, dude, Mio.
The 36 block. It happens to everybody.
The classic blunder. Oh, we've all been there. Look at him. 3 overlords queued up.
Oh,
dude, he's feeling it right now. He's feeling the pressure.
Oh, gee. It's okay. You know what? In these situations, all you do is you go, oh, I guess I'll take my third base.
Yeah, I mean, that's true.
And then you're set.
100%
It's not actually
set.
that big of a deal.
Also, Mio Micah's pretty extremely favored in this. So I feel like a 1 mistake supply block for 12 seconds is probably not going to be the end of the world.
Not a huge deal. Sure.
Triple went for looks like he's going for like a 2-base Roach, but forgot the walling off aspect of this. And Mio's got 18 lings on the way and a Bane Nest about 2/3 of the way done. I'm getting a little bit worried for Triple.
Yeah, we're gonna want to either block that off completely. I mean, we are playing Giga Greedy here. We just started Roach Speed. We are walls open, dude. I mean, we need something.
It's
right?
open, and hold on, we're waiting for it.
I think it's just GG. I think this is it. Actually, the end.
It is. It is the end. This is now the slow death of Triple as he realizes what has happened here.
Wow.
Because if you're going 2-base Roach, honestly, great strategy, especially if you're getting somebody a bit better than you like this. You gotta wall off though. It's like
wow,
it's a crucial aspect.
And you know what? To celebrate this win, I just got a big old fat pig raid pig. Thank you so much, brother.
Piggly
Big thank you
Wiggly.
for that one, my friend. The old Piggly Wiggly, the pig styes are here
You'll love
to
to
view
see
this
Pig
bit of a sad
frequently
start to
cast replays from this tournament.
Well, there you go.
Make sure he gets the good ones.
Fucking get him, Karen. Yeah,
Dude, Karen's getting
Karen him up for sure.
Karen's getting
I will say this. As silly as it may seem to just not wall off, if you think that maybe you are a bit mismatched in like maybe skill or like, okay, I'm punching up. That's what I'm saying, right? Like you're playing somebody who's better than you, or maybe like has higher MMR. Like taking shortcuts and just hoping that you don't get punished, I think is a very legitimate way to try and play it out.
Yeah, I think it absolutely can be. Like if Mio there just doesn't happen to see exactly what's going on, doesn't make a big round of lings, just macros it, and a lot of Zerg players will. Like if you're up against maybe Solar's not making 20 lings there. He's just not going to. He sees you're chilling, he's just gonna chill in macro. You could get away with something for sure.
You could.
But
I've done that.
Mio is not.
I usually lose every one of those.
I mean,
sometimes I do win.
It's fair, but I feel like you get to play a little bit more StarCraft, which is nice.
You do. You do. Would it have broken the bank? I mean, he also went for just 2 queens in that game, usually walling off if you're doing a 2-base play. You got to think, right? I have 350 extra minerals to play with where I would have made a base. And if you skip ling speed, you're not even losing out on the layer or anything like that. So, hey, I could make an extra queen. I can make an extra building. I could make 2 extra queens. Things like that. You do get a little bit of room. Yeah. But we'll see what happens in game 2. What are these? These are best of 3s? Or...
These are best of 3s. Yep. So
okay,
two wins it.
Love it.
Easy peasy.
Let's check it out. We are casting some KSL with Mr. Chickenman SC. The first time I've even opened StarCraft 2, guys, in about 6 months, probably.
That's true.
So wonderful to see you all, Pig. Thank you so much again.
And you get the pig raid.
I mean,
that
I get
has
the pig
to be
raid
a sign.
instantly.
The moment StarCraft 2 pops back up.
The first time I ever streamed StarCraft 2, I got 1,000 viewer winter raid, and that probably solidified me in playing StarCraft 2 for like the next 5 or 6 years. I won't lie.
I mean, I kind of get it. I got an M Canning raid. Like, I think I had 25 followers. I got an M Canning raid, and I was like, oh, I guess we're sticking with this. This is great.
I guess we're playing this game. I like that.
Yeah. Well, we're on my favorite map in this map pool. It's the most ridiculous map.
Okay.
And we see it so rarely that I'm excited you get to get introduced to this map pool here.
I'm excited. Yeah.
Spawning in the lower left-hand corner of Radhisset Station, which is apparently a real place in like Finland or something. We have Mio Micah dropping another early pool. That was a good foosh.
Thank you. And in the top right corner of Radhisset Station, once again representing the yellow pants, it is Triple, your opponent's Zerg player. Whoosh. How do I change the score and then also swap who's on the top? Because I forget how to do all that.
To swap is Control X.
Okay, Control X.
And then if you do Control Shift 3, it'll say best of 3.
Yep, see that one.
And then if you do Control for the bottom person score and then Shift for the top person, so just like Control 1.
Control 1.
Per camera.
Boom, bang, bing. There we are. Bing, bang, boom. Love it. Let me move around Radhisset here a little bit. Just kind of look at this map.
Yeah,
this
so if
is
you
ridiculous.
remember King Sejong Station from back in the day,
Holy
it has a bit of a
moly.
similar natural setup. It's obviously much bigger. That map is like this one, but the
huge.
naturals were like next to each other. You have some fun stuff. You have a pocket third. That's pretty easy to take. Very secure. This huge pile of rocks at the pocket third is actually like, it has like no hit points. I mean, it's got like 1,000 or something, but
really
the whole thing dies super easily. It's kind of,
but you have to mine through it.
But you do also have to mine through it. So I haven't really seen anybody utilize that aspect of this map, but it feels pretty useful. Again, I don't see this map super often. You got some gold bases here towards the center of the map.
Yeah. I dig this.
It's just a pretty interesting map. It's got some fun features.
This looks like a pretty good Zerg map, to be honest. This is a great Zerg map.
I feel like a lot of the maps in this pool could be described as solid Zerg maps.
Yeah, it's like giant open spaces. There's like no corridors. Yeah. Your natural is gigantic and open. 2 ways in and out of your third base, or your not pocket third. Pocket third maybe could be a little spooky, but I mean, never bad to have like a safe. That could be like the Zerg 5th base when you don't want to expand out too far.
Yeah, pretty much.
I love it. Yeah, I love it. This is a good map. I could make some roaches on this map, that's for sure.
You certainly could. I mean, if you
Mio Micah going for 3 queens immediately and into the hatchery, not going to get ling speed this time. Going straight for the lair.
No, and you know what?
Triple.
This is a no wall.
The opposite.
No wall into the 2-base lair. I feel like Mio's giving us something special.
Throw it in his face. Oh, there's a bit of a wall happening now, though. There's a bit of a wall happening now. It's an interesting wall.
Yeah,
Look at
that
this.
is an interesting wall.
What is this
isn't
all
it?
about?
So that
2 queen wall.
okay.
Okay.
I wonder if this
alright.
is like this is a known quantity here, or if Mia was just like, how do I wall on this map?
How do I do this? No way this is the... I mean, it must be the right way, though.
I mean, this seems like a pretty
is
decent
this
way. Yeah, he doesn't. He's like trying to figure it out right
configuration?
now. I don't know.
He doesn't
Is there a
fucking know.
hole?
That is not a wall. That definitely they can
It
get
can't
through.
be a wall, right?
He's checking with his queens.
He
I'm
is
pretty
checking
sure.
right now.
He's like, I'm gonna try to move him around.
Obviously, he
There's some
sees
lings
the
coming.
lings coming across. Banelings are being morphed for a bust. Mio's only on
Ooh, bit
26
rough.
workers right now and is trying to get some roaches out to defend this, which is not a great spot to be in when you've just been forced to build 3
No.
Evo chambers.
This is a really good
that's
wall.
not a wall.
Though. I mean,
Right?
it's not a wall. I don't think he realizes it.
I
He definitely doesn't realize
definitely. I mean, maybe this.
Yeah.
I don't know. It can't be a wall.
it. Uh-oh.
No, it
it's
is
not.
a
A ling
wall.
literally ran in. No. A ling ran
The
in and
second
attacked that
Evo
queen.
chamber is a wall. I'm pretty sure.
No, it's
No?
not, because there was a ling attacking that queen. There was. It was not a wall. We could have actually just ran into the natural there.
That's so funny. The roaches
But-
can't get out
but
though. I watched Mio try to click
Well,
those
they
roaches
can
out.
now.
I mean, now I'm pretty sure this is not a wall anymore. I don't know.
No, it's definitely not. I mean, you can drag your mouse. There's a gigantic hole where the spine crawler is.
Really?
Yeah. What do you?
At this point, I'm joking.
Are we looking at the same game? What the fuck am I looking at, dude? For sure. But there is, right? Like, I'm not
Yes.
crazy.
No.
There's a giant hole there.
I was
Okay.
gaslighting you about
Okay.
the second
I'm like,
wall in
what
particular.
is going on?
Which is going to get
Well,
bane
we got
busted again.
mutas.
There are
I mean,
muta.
go for it,
There's
honestly.
5
Yeah.
mutas heading across the map right now. But that's, I don't know, there's a lot of
Kills the
zerglings.
roach one. There's a lot of lings here. How many queens back at home? Just 2. Only 3 mutas, though. 5 mutas, actually. Not a huge amount there.
I feel like these
Might be
mutas
able
will
to
be
bust
better
this.
served
Actually
back
gets
at
on top
home.
of the roaches.
Yeah, the roaches are
Maybe.
dead. There's no more roach foreign. I think Mio might be
I tell you what,
straight up
though.
dead here.
It is so sad to defend with mutas. It's like you
It
just lose
really
the game,
is.
but a little bit slower than you were gonna lose it before.
It's
like,
true.
Honestly.
It's true. But the
Good
mutas on
target
the
fire
other
on that
side of the
thing.
map are getting damage done.
Yeah.
So while some drones are
However-
dying here for Mio,
Yeah.
are the mutas
I think
pulling
the
back?
base race is definitely won by triple here. No.
Zerglings definitely win base races. You just can't kill stuff fast enough, and now these mutas on the other side of the map are just like errantly attacking the Baneling nest.
Yeah, they're just like attacking a Bane nest.
They're just
but
on
we
a
have some
move.
lings wasting time. They're like attacking broodlings.
Oh, that's true.
Oh,
but
he
Mio's
did
gonna
that?
tap out.
Look at that.
Triple. Getting
Look
a
at that.
victory.
You gotta love it. You gotta love it.
You do gotta
I'm
love
down
it.
with it. I'm down
Mio
with that.
probably not loving it too much there, because definitely he was trying to figure out how to wall on that map at the last minute.
Yeah, that was a nuts looking map. No, for sure there was a wall. There was a hole in the wall though, so that was could have ended even faster, to be honest.
I think the hole was a ling-sized hole. I don't feel like the queens could fit, because I
No,
think
they
he
couldn't.
tried to move the queens and a roach out, and they
definitely
wouldn't.
couldn't.
They wouldn't
definitely
go.
couldn't. No,
Wow.
they would not. But yeah, I love me some Zerg walls, man. They're tricky. They're weird, but they're fun.
They are
You can do
both
some cool tricks
tricky
with them.
and weird. I remember you teaching me some fun ZVZ builds that involved
yeah, man.
walling before I played in a show match against Tempo,
Yes.
which I immediately I played random and I rolled Zerg like 3 times, and you taught you
okay.
taught me 2 builds,
I did.
and
Did you do the 2 builds?
they both involved walling, and the maps I
Uh-huh.
played on were not wallable for Zerg.
Because
we played-
If you run into that,
We played on like weird
go
maps,
ahead.
and I was like, I don't. I can't. I don't know what to do anymore. R.I.P.
Rest in peace. Sorry, I was clicking buttons and realized I fucked stuff up, but I think I got it now.
I do that all the time.
And then we do shift this one, and there we go. Yeah, if you ever play one where you can't, not, you know, it doesn't matter now because that was long ago, but you just have to drop a creep tumor first.
You do. I am aware of that. and it's still there was one that I
Still
needed
not
like
enough,
an extra building for too or something.
That's,
it was pretty
that's
bad.
a lot,
It was pretty bad. We were playing on like wings maps. There was there was no shot.
Who knows, right?
Certainly.
What do we got here, chicken?
We're on Hecate now. Or pronounce that however you would like to, because yeah, we're still not really sure. I've been going with Hecate because it sounds kind of fun. And of course, in the upper right, we have none other than Mio Micah, who I don't know what team he's on anymore. Is he on Juggernauts? I'll have to look it up.
And that means in the bottom left corner, the pink Zerg player this time. I think. Yeah, no, that's pink. It is Triple, who is just taking a map. Mr. Triple.
He did. Definitely a big underdog here. I mean, that's going to be...
That's good, man.
That's a big map victory right there.
Yeah. Mio Micah went for a very aggressive opener.
Yeah, he's
Pool
got
first.
Lings on the way and already has 100 gas.
Already has 100
ready to get
gas.
some Ling speed going.
Make speed stays on gas. 3 out of 3 staying in gas, so definitely going to be...
Baneling Nest soon.
Bane Nest, yeah.
Mio is upsetty spaghetti about that last game. And is now sitting up in his chair and has decided to just kill the opponent.
Fucking kill him. He's done mucking about.
Yeah, I mean, this is the strat right here. We were talking about, like, oh, when you're really mismatched, they can just kill you right at the start of the game with a few units. That's Mio's plan.
That's this.
Is like,
that's this.
Ling speed before you, Baneling Nest before you. You will not be able to handle.
Try to out micro this pants grab.
Yeah, exactly. Shout out to a
Saves the drone.
Trouser grab. I mean, this is some solid micro here. Gonna go build a Bane Nest out front. Getting a good trade on the Lings.
Trouser grasp.
Excuse me. How could I make such a silly mistake?
Have a good one there, Hero.
Hi, Hero.
Saying hello. Okay, a bunch of Lings are out and ready. Metabolic boost is about to finish up.
Yep.
Now, the Lings from earlier can be faster Banes, but I think Triple has got the idea here. Would maybe have liked to see a Spine or two, or maybe even double Queen production. Nothing shuts down a Ling Rush faster than a bunch of Queens. But we'll see what we got here.
Yeah, Mio's going to get in.
Bane's going out here.
Obviously getting those Speedlings in. Are there any Banelings around for Mio? There's a few waddling up the ramp right now. Triple needs to be careful. Ooh, but Triple's got Banelings morphing as well.
He pulls everything.
Ooh, and now Ling speed is done. We're on even footing here. Oh, the Banelings.
Okay, gets up the map. That's a good trade for the Banelings there for Triple.
All right.
Pretty decent micros so far. Only one Baneling is going to be able to hit onto those drones, which means that they're not going to die, but they will be quite low HP. The Queens pull out the rest of the defense here. Mio Micah defended for the time being. I mean, 4 drones down. That is still a worker advantage now, just now for Mio Micah. So it's going to take a little bit for it to realize that into actual advantage.
Yeah, and I feel like Triple's missing an opportunity here, though. The worker count was even there, and Triple just had 10 more supply. I feel like these Lings needed to get across the map. But he's still playing defensively.
It's tricky to know.
It is really tricky to know.
His Overlord on the other side of the map, I think, is not in the best position it could be in. It could be a little bit farther up so you can see both exit, because Mio Micah has been sending the Lings out into the left of his space, so it's been bypassing his Overlord, so he's kind of playing with a little bit less information than I think he would like to. He's morphing even more Banes now. We've already got 5. Definitely don't need any more. Mio Micah is all into drones at this point. He's gonna get more drone damage. That is tough.
This is really nice for Mio, and this is how he gets back into this game, right? Scaring his opponent into just building more Lings and Banes. These Banes are going to take so long to get across the map if Triple decides to attack. And, I mean, Mio's going to have defensive Banelings, which is going to make it really hard. Even if you have your own Banes, it's really hard to attack into somebody with enough defensive Banes. But Mio has not realized this is coming across the map yet. He doesn't have an Overlord in that good position either. No. His is back a little bit.
He kind of does.
A little bit there. But he's not respecting these Lings coming across the map. He doesn't make any more Zerglings or Banelings, just chills on what he has and drones up. And Triple goes home, so I guess that worked out for Mio.
He goes home. Yep. Sometimes you don't want to risk it. Understand that. going for fast roaches, not getting speed, not getting anything. Lair just starting up now for Mio Mike. He's already got roaches on the way. Another Ling gets in. He just gets to see so much information here, and I think that's another area that Triple is just a bit behind. He hasn't been able to scout his base. He doesn't know what he's up to. He doesn't even know that roaches are the tech of choice for Mio Mike. He doesn't know if he's going to go Lair tech. He saw the wall, so he knows that there's no Evo or Roach Horn in the wall, at least. But he could be doing anything. He could be going Mutas. He could have a third base. I don't think he scouted the third. See, I don't believe he did.
Nope. Not in a while.
Weird
anyways.
game, but that's the fun of ZVZ. The information is so unreliable at times.
Yeah, and I feel like Mio's really pulled himself back into this. That being said, Triple has droned up quite a bit, and he's got a much faster +1 missile attacks. So as he gets into roaches, even with his speed a little bit behind, if he just plays defensively and like takes a third base and builds roaches back at home, I feel like he'll be okay.
Yeah.
But Mio's still not taking a third either. This is kind of wild. Like, they're both hard two-basing it right now.
I am a fan of two-base Zerg. It's a lot of fun. Surprisingly strong. But boy howdy, if you lose that first army, you are just out of the game.
Yeah,
There's
that's
the
the
third base
thing.
going down now.
Mio is kind of the king of that too. I feel like Mio's hit some very surprising two-base Zerg attacks before, where it just doesn't feel like you should be able to get that many roaches and hydras.
Yeah,
But,
I mean, I think I've seen Mio Micah do like 2 base Zerg into like 6 Hydra timing attack.
Yeah, that
It's
sounds like
nobody
a Mio build.
in the entire world does that. Except for you. He's gonna hit this roach speed timing near perfectly.
Yep.
I think he might just arrive slightly before it's done, but it's gonna be real damn close. But that also plays in to Triple's +1 missile timing. And if Mio Micah doesn't realize that, this could actually be quite a disaster. +1 missile makes a big difference in Roach versus Roach.
It does.
Speed is good.
Yeah, Mio needs to
but not
not
as a defender.
actually take a fight here. He is.
I don't think he should do it. Yeah.
He's not in the best position. Triple, a lot of his army supply is in Lings. But
Yeah.
Mio's got to wait a little bit. I love the Ravagers. I think that's a great choice here. They're pretty good.
But there's no high ground vision for him, so they're going to be a little less useful until he can make it up there. But look at this little cheeky side
I like
ramp.
this maneuver. There's a third base here.
Yeah, they are.
So Triple needs to defend this.
Roach speed now done for both players.
Yeah, but
Target
like you
firing
said,
down
that
the
+1
Bane.
is really big here. Mio needs to be a bit careful.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, the
I feel
+1
like with
difference
this concave, Triple's just going to hold that no problem.
Yeah. Even eats the Ravager Biles. He doesn't
Yeah.
respect it. He says, I think my +1 missile is going to do way better. He's going to morph a couple of those roaches that are low HP into Ravagers. Very good call. He doesn't give 2 hoots or hecks about Ravager Biles.
No,
dude. What a
he
crazy
doesn't, and
player.
honestly, he's right. Like, he just pushes this back. Who needs to micro against it? Does lose a couple of roaches there, but the supplies are very even.
Very even.
Mio is droning up this third base a bit and staying a little bit ahead on drones. I would kind of love to see Mio go like double
gotta
Evo
start
here to
+1
try to
missile.
catch up because he's a full upgrade behind, but Triple hasn't started
He just now
+2,
started.
so maybe
Yeah.
there's a chance for Mio to just catch up. This is a very like, I don't even want to say scrappy. It's like they've both volunteered to make this a scrappy game. Because I think at a few different points, one of them could have just held the drone key and this game would still be here.
Yep.
Triple especially
I agree with
hasn't
you.
really moved across the map, so Mio is like building a lot of units to attack somebody who's just building units.
Yeah, I mean, Triple is 10 drones behind. His third came out a bit later. I mean, that is not insignificant. The +1 missile, definitely a big advantage, and I think he's going to try to swing that advantage across the map now. Electing to just not kill that Overlord there.
You know what? It's a bold move. Oh, and he's gonna dive right in again, eating some big biles. Mio's pulling back though. He's got defender's advantage, so the roaches will pop out very nicely here for Mio. He's just trying to buy as much time as possible. But there's a lot of stuff here for Triple, and that +1 missile attacks is adding a lot of extra power to to this push.
His army is split attacking, though. He's going to start to lose this battle, I think,
I
pretty
think right
soon.
now, as those Ravagers on the back get distracted by the roaches coming out of the natural, I think Mio cleans his... It's so close. How are these army supplies just dead
actually so
even?
close. Is its +1 missile. Oh my gosh, he's actually kind of winning it, but these are about to all start dying. They're really low. I still think that trade went very well for Triple,
It's
actually.
really not too bad. Both players also lost like 1 billion drones during it. So
yeah,
we went from like 50 to 40 drones, and now it's 33 to 31. It's a very even
I didn't
game.
see what I didn't see what killed Triple's drones there, but whatever
it
that
must
was.
have been like some banelings rolling
Banes.
in.
Yeah. That kept him in there, because if he had just eaten that drone loss, I think he would be in a bit of a tough spot.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Now, though, representing a pretty nice army advantage.
And he is not letting those overlords live. I'm liking Mio's position here now. He's got the +1, so they're on even upgrades. He's a little bit ahead in drones, a little bit ahead in roaches, and that's kind of all it takes. He does have a fourth base as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's just ahead in everything now. There was a little bit of time I think Triple could have gone across the map and made something happen. Waited maybe a little bit too long, not sure. But now he's just behind in everything. He's behind in workers and army. They're on even upgrades, but he's behind in bases too, and that's going to be a huge advantage for Mio.
Yeah, as the drone count gets up especially, but just having that base to move drones to if there's like a sneaky counterattack or something.
Mistakes can always happen, though.
That's true, especially
Roach
in
versus
StarCraft.
Roach, very punishing. Oh, yeah.
You know, as we know, the concave versus the convex, you know, you got to be careful about that positioning. I think roaches are especially prevalent to like taking a fight, realizing you are being surrounded, and it is not going well.
Yeah. What is that thing?
That is a male Ursidac.
That's an Ursidac.
Yeah. Specifically the male
Only
Ursidac, because
10
there
HP.
is a female Ursidac around here on this map too.
Is there a female Ursidac?
One or two.
Will they ever meet? Do they ever find each other?
I don't know. The world may never know.
The world may never know.
I just love that Mio Micah's name is Karen. I enjoy it every time I read it.
Yeah.
And he is finally moving out. He's gonna try to put the finishing below here. And I love this move from Triple. I mean, this is a great move.
Yep, smart.
You're down a little bit in army
pretty much
supply,
the only
like-
way you're getting out of this one. Yep.
And now Mio's got to make sure he kills his stuff before Triple can kill his. Obviously, Mio, earlier to this fight, that fourth base might really come in handy here if it comes down to it.
Yeah, I don't even think he knows that it's there. That's huge.
Yeah.
I love, and I don't see it very often, but it's such a sneaky play. You put a Nidus in the main whenever you decide to go for the base race.
Oh yeah.
It's so fun. Couple of roaches coming back to defend. Oh, he's actually coming back with his whole army.
Yeah, just leaving a few roaches on the other side of the map to kill stuff. I guess he wants to try to save
those back
his main.
as well.
But now, Triple can go straight up into the main base, and you can't really come up here as Mio Micah, right? Like,
No, I don't think he's gonna try.
Is he?
Oh, he is.
He's just going?
Oh, no, he's not. No.
He says no. I mean, there's
This
only a
was
few
such a
Ravagers here, but like,
odd
you just can't.
move.
I don't like this move at all for Mio. Obviously, again, he has
mean-
that fourth base, right? He still has.
He does,
but he's only
yeah.
got 5 drones.
Yeah, there's not a lot there.
He's losing everything right here. He's gonna
Suddenly
keep his Roach
Triple-
Horn alive.
Yeah, Triple has everything. I
guess-
would love. Oh man, a Nidus play here would be so.
It would
sick.
be.
I mean, he's still down in
just
army.
enough money for it too. He did lose his Roach Horn, so he can't build any roaches. He's on Ling production only, and Mio's gonna hit the other side with some of his army while holding with the Ravagers and Roaches at the bottom of the ramp.
He's locked in.
This
here now.
is a cheeky.
It's the counter.
This is the like, you're not locked in here with me, I'm locked in here with you kind of thing. I think I said that backwards, but oh god. Oh,
Yeah,
the biles, dude. It's not pretty.
There's nothing you can do. You gotta kind of
Yeah.
try it out.
A
Mio,
solid end to that
5
game.
head there.
That was some 5 head action
It
out of
was
Mio. I
smarter
thought
than
he
us.
made a mistake, but he knew. He knew what he was
He's
doing.
like, I'm not making a mistake, okay? Just fucking relax.
I don't make mistakes.
Well, okay, let's not go that far. Bit of a crazy one. ZVZ can always get a bit hectic.
Sure
Do
can.
love it. Love to see it. I will say, Mio Micah in all of these games has been supply blocked over a minute. Every game. This one was a minute 45. He doesn't make overlords. He doesn't care, man.
I mean, it's an important part of the build is getting supply block.
It is. It is. Make sure you get supply blocked at 36 every game.
Yeah.
Trapped in the enemy main base. Yeah. You would love to leave, but you just can't.
Now I'm trapped in the closet. Now pull out my gun.
Put out my gun.
I don't want to give him any more views or money, especially. But
that was fun.
If you haven't watched the actual Trapped in the Closet series of videos, it's kind of incredible. And I don't know if it was supposed to be a serious thing or if it was always kind of just a silly thing. It's kind of insane. But it's old school R. Kelly. There was 20 videos or something. Crazy.
I was referencing the South Park episode.
Right, which is
make fun of those videos.
Which is what
I have never
South
seen
Park.
those.
Yeah. Well, right, I hadn't either. And I was like, "Oh, I'm going to listen to this song," right? Just to see what the South Park episode is referencing. And it was just part 1. It's like, "I'm sorry, what do you mean?" It's just a whole story. It's like a half a movie.
Jeez. Okay. Wasn't ready for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a Nidus that game would have been awesome as well, Senju. I'm a big 2-base Nidus fan as well. I just like 2-base Zerg in general. Just make all the tech but only have 2 bases and you're okay in my book.
There you go. That's a good strategy.
Yeah. I would play 2-base Zerg almost every time I played StarCraft.
Yeah, no, you were a
version
fan
of
of the
Protoss?
2-base Zerg?
I don't remember.
There's a lot of stuff you can do with 2 bases.
Yeah, you can. You can, for sure. So we have a Mio Micah was victorious in that series, which means he's now going to play against Dark.
That is correct. So Mio up against Dark. It looks like our round of 8 is coming up here.
Coming on up.
Damaga is going to be up against Hero. Damaga.
Yep.
I mean, cool to see him in the bracket. He's an OG Zerg from back in the day. He's for real, I think the oldest player who still is able to compete at this kind of level. He's 37 or something.
I thought you were gonna say he's in his 50s, bro. I was like, what do you mean?
Well, listen,
37,
above
he's
30,
so old.
you're supposed to retire at 30. Any years you can get after that, yeah. Any years you can get after that in gaming is that's impressive.
What do you do? What do players do after they're 30 then? It's like being
you get a job.
Like doing what?
I don't know, whatever you want. You get all sorts of jobs. Depends on what you're doing. I feel like most gamers went to college.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think so? Really?
Yeah.
But most pro gamers, pro players,
I feel like a lot of pro players did study.
What is Rayner's plan? You know what
Rayner doesn't need a plan. Rayner's made enough money. He doesn't need one.
Well, I mean, you can certainly blow a bunch of money on stuff if you wanted. Not to say that's what he's doing. Rayner is a lovely fella.
Well, Rayner also he can do what a lot of pro gamers have done, and he has the perfect personality for it. He could make content for decades.
Yeah,
he's extremely charismatic. He loves, I feel being in front of the camera and just super entertaining guy just by the nature of who he is. If he decided he was done being a pro gamer, he could just be a streamer and immediately he would have
he could
1,500 viewers a day. Immediately.
Yeah, for sure.
Even if his skill drops a bit,
The
he'd be
last
up
time I saw Rainer stream, he was playing League of Legends.
That's honestly such a StarCraft pro gamer thing to do.
It really is. It's so funny. Oh, I love it. I love it. This is an exciting series, though. I'm really stoked for this.
We had a nice warm-up ZVZ to get us into the highest level of ZVZ you can get.
Yeah.
Which is when you have like a world champion spawning in the lower right-hand corner of Hard Lead. Is Dragon Kites Gaming's Dark.
Hard Lead.
Hard Lead.
The name of this map is Hard Lead.
It's either that or Hard Lead. I'll let you decide.
Why would it be named Hard Lead? Who in the world would name it Hard Lead? That is crazy.
Hard Lead. It's
Oh
like
my
what I
God.
imagine you could use as like a descriptor for bullets if
It's
you
like
were in
hard water.
a cowboy movie.
Maybe.
You know?
But spawning in the top left-hand corner of Hard Lead. We just saw them win a series quite handedly, if I may say. It is Mio Micah, the Blueser. Whoosh. Which I love his picture that he has on his hatchery.
Big fan of
The
that.
cat, look at that. That is beautiful.
Honestly,
what is Dark's one?
does not look that dissimilar from Officer Everything Bagel.
No.
Similar.
I've seen some pictures.
Yeah.
What is Dark's picture on his hatchery? I wonder.
It's
Yeah,
it's his
yeah,
own
alright.
portrait.
Of course.
from-
I mean, if you have your own portrait in the game, officially, then
I mean, I would use my own portrait for sure. I do love when players use somebody else's portrait, though.
someone else. Yeah.
Like, I'm
for sure.
pretty sure. I feel like Raynor has at least at some point had Cyril's portrait
Yeah.
as
I know he
his,
has,
and it's
for
like,
sure.
that's just great. You know, I just love that kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. What are we doing here? It looks like. What happened this
So I
game?
think Mio opened the same way he opened in game one of the last series, just like a.
Same.
It might have
early
even been like
pool.
a 17 pool with the timing.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not,
think it
not
was.
too sure, but obviously Dark's going to have Lings out. It's interesting to me that Mio does this, but Dark is the kind of person that will just 12 pool you sometimes. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
um,
I mean, I think he does it against Zergs that maybe he's not played before. I think you're probably on the money with that.
yeah, if he's worried about you like cheesing him, and it's ZVZ,
He'll
so
just open
like it's
early
kind
pool.
of fair.
It really is not even that much less efficient, to be honest. It's not.
No,
that
at
big
the
a
end of
deal.
the day,
it's like the
it's
difference
not,
of a drone
unless
or
you decide not to build drones and instead to build Lings, which is exactly what Mio happens to be doing.
something. That is indeed.
And you know what? Dark's got a cheeky Ling on the other side of the
What
map.
is this guy doing?
Is he going to
over
be able
here?
to spot this,
He's
though?
not
Yeah,
gonna
he's all right. He
see
sees us
it.
with the Overlord.
Oh, he does see it with the Overlord. Yeah. Okay.
So now Dark knows what he's up against. He's got a spine crawler on the high ground on the way. It seemed like he already sussed
Smart.
this out.
Main nest in the main nest. He's putting 2 queens on the ramp as well. I mean, this is like already handled and held
This is
at this point here.
good scouting from Dark, good understanding of who your opponent is, and indicating that they might get kind of aggressive.
Yeah.
Mio, he doesn't. I mean, he could just drone from here. He's only 3 drones down. He's forced to spine crawler. He's got to be careful
he
attacking
could-
in. Oh, and now he's kind of trapped. The Baneling's gonna come
Kinda
help
committed.
out, and I mean that
Yeah.
feels
He's
like
making
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
No.
all right. Yep. There you go. I was gonna say he's making roaches. Maybe he walls off and holds with roaches, but
He could have done
not
that too.
a chance. Not a chance. Not a
But I will
chance.
say it's really hard to fight from behind against somebody like
oh,
Dark.
certainly. Of
Um,
course.
I will say, ZVZ is definitely Dark's weakness.
Would you?
Yeah, he I feel like loses more random ass games of ZVZ than anything else.
Okay.
And it's just such
Quick
a wild
350.
matchup.
Oh, Chickenman's gonna be playing against Dark in this one.
Oh, I got him. I got him,
There you
dude.
go. Take him
Hold
out,
on.
bud.
He-
Take him
Here's
out.
how we do it. You watching? You
No,
watching?
no, no. Don't swap me in. Don't put me in.
No,
Don't
I
you
just
do
switched
it.
to Protoss. There we go.
Oh, there it is.
Got him,
maybe,
dude.
Maybe swap with the actual player.
Dark's the host. He has to do it. So it's up to him who he
Okay.
wants to play.
It's up to him.
We'll see. If he swaps, it means he's scared of me. And he knows
Yeah.
he'll probably lose.
True.
Honestly, it's kind of higher stakes for him because if I win,
oh no, don't go. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Just go. Fuck it. That's funny. I'm scared.
but if I win against Dark, I mean, he's never gonna live that down. You know, like
No,
Mio
he
takes a
wouldn't.
game or even takes the series. It's like it's not the end of the world. ZVZ. Mio's really good, but you lose to a caster who doesn't play this game and is standing 6 feet away from his screen.
Yeah.
That's not good, dude. You actually
That would be great.
like Blizzard makes you give the trophy back, like his WCS
Just give it
champion
back.
trophy. You have to give it back. You lose
Give
to a
it back,
caster.
guys. Give it back. Apop doing something StarCraft 2 related. Really weird these days. It's not that
Dude,
weird.
we got him back in. I
not that
said
weird.
this earlier, but I'm so happy that it was me, that I could be a part of bringing StarCraft 2 back to your channel. It means a lot to me.
Oh, no worries, man. I'm happy to be here and just happy that you let me co-cast with you. Maybe we'll do some more. Maybe we'll do some more casting in the future.
Ooh, I like the sound of that.
Who knows? Who
like it.
knows?
Well, let's cast some of this game because it's
Let's do it.
gonna get spicy already. Spawning in the upper right hand
It's
corner
happening.
of Hecate, we have Dragon Kite's Dark, not going for an early pull. His opponent though,
Who is spawning in the left-hand corner? The Blue Zerg, Mio Micah. Is going to be making an early pull. Quite
that
an
was
early pull.
that was the 12
That's
pull,
a 12 pull.
the faded 12 pull. No gas though,
Mm-mm.
so it could be macro 12. Could be
Could it
drone
though?
pull. Hard
Oh
to say
my
right
God.
now.
That would be just so good.
That was like in the ZVZ meta for the pros for like a little while. Dark and Rogue, you had about a
No
30%
way,
chance.
really?
Yeah, they literally 12
I mean, he
pull
might
drone
still do
pulled
it.
each other a few times, like multiple times.
That's incredible.
Yeah,
That's
it was for a little while. That was the meta between those two. They also would
Not
like
anymore.
cheese and take. There was one game. This was so good. This is one of my favorite games of StarCraft I've ever seen. They took each other's gold base at the same time.
Wow.
And did the exact same build to each other with their opponent's gold base. Like, it was like wild.
That's incredible. That is wild. Okay. Mio Micah is going to get in there quite a ways before the spawning pool is going to be finished here for Dark. And it's going to try to get some damage done to that natural.
Yeah, going for the safer
We'll
play. Doesn't want to
see.
get in there. He saw that the pool wasn't done yet. He's going to force these drones down here.
Okay,
Dark might
pulls
have to
drones.
sacrifice a couple of drones, but he's ahead 6 workers, so he can sacrifice a
He is
couple.
ahead 6 workers.
Ooh, got some of that fancy drone micro. A few kind of
Mio
left
Micah's
out here.
Fighting into the drill, though.
Oof.
Oh, that's crazy.
That is like the drill from the heavens right there.
Yeah.
And Mio kind of just loses everything for
Oh,
2
wait.
drones.
Dark lost an Overlord.
Oh, Dark's getting that Overlord a little too deep, as some 41
so.
might say.
Okay. All right.
I mean, that's
I mean,
actually
now it's
really
equal
nice for
worker
Mio
count.
because Dark couldn't
Yeah.
drone for a little while there, and even now, like
Oh,
he's
but then
supply
he
blocked
might,
again. Oh no, he's
he
gonna
might
get.
lose his own Overlord.
Oh no, dude! Not the
Eh,
36
might
supply block
make
again.
it. He might make it. He might make it. I think he makes it actually.
I mean,
It's
but there's nothing to
he's
punish the
definitely not.
queens.
It's
That's the
dead for
thing.
sure.
Dark knows
Yeah.
there's no shot that the queens can be hit by anything because he's on the other side of the map with his lings,
He is
trying to kill some drones.
hacking and fighting. Okay.
Fighting around the world.
Fighting around the world.
As now it's Mio supply capped and unable to build any drones.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true.
It's painful.
Yeah. A little back and forth. Bit of supply block from Dark, bit of supply block from Neo, you know. What does it really amount to at the end of the
What's a
day?
little supply blocking between friends?
Yeah. Third base for Dark, though. Mio says, no way, Jose. Does not make a third
What's
base.
a third base?
Instead-
Question mark?
Gas and Roach. Dark gets about the earliest scout of that you could possibly have. It's like he just sensed it. There was like a magnet that pulled him in as soon as the Roach went down.
I mean,
It's
that's
crazy
it's such
how
a dark
good pro
thing.
players are
Yeah,
at
I know.
that.
Like
Yeah.
the top players rarely
They
miss a
just
scout.
Scout it instantly.
It's
Yeah.
such an important part of what makes you good at a game. I always say that Dark's like the best part of his game is that his star sense is so strong. It's like he knows what his opponent is thinking and feeling most of the time.
Have a good night, Senchu. Take care, buddy.
Guten Nacht.
Gute Nacht.
Oh, apparently it's my partner anniversary today.
Yeah.
It's
clicked on that
not
as well.
actually, but I'll take it. It's like 2 weeks early.
Is it really?
Yeah. Yep. But, we'll go with it.
That's strange.
It is strange, and it makes me wonder if it's because I applied for it closer to today. And so, like, the application went through
Maybe.
on this day.
Bit of a Scooby-Doo moment here, though.
Yeah, a little Scooby-Doo action. And this is on purpose for Dark, because he's got a bunch of roaches coming across the map, and he's just trying to get some drone kills as he gets roaches out back at home. This did not pull Mio Micah back home, but Dark just has plenty of roaches out, and Mio's going to tap out immediately. As Dark just played that perfectly.
Yep. It's about as good as it gets.
Yeah. I said
fault
ZVZ
him.
was his weakness, and Dark took that personally.
He did. He said, "Oh, it is, huh?"
Oh, is it? Oh,
How
I didn't
about
realize.
this?
What if I 2-0'd?
That was a 12 pool from Mio.
Was a 12 pool. It was
It
indeed.
was 12.
Was indeed a little overlord trading happening. I do think Mio was behind by the end of all that early game shenaniganry, and he was just trying to find a way back in, which is, it's so hard to do. It's hard to do in any mirror matchup, but I think especially in ZVZ, because it's so straightforward. It's like, we're going to build Lings, then we're maybe going to build Banes, but we're definitely heading towards Roaches.
I don't know, though, because I feel like Terran, whenever I watch Terran streams and they play like a TVT, it's like, oh, I lost one Raven. I guess I lose.
That's true. There is a period of the game where like the amount of Raven energy you have can just completely decide the entire TVT. But like once you get to mid game, you could be 30 supply behind, and honestly, it's okay. You can make it okay. You have less opportunities for like a good engagement, but when you have so much potential damage output from either siege tanks or stim marines, if you get on top of those tanks and kill all your opponent's tanks, the game just like resets. Or if your opponent runs into your tanks with their marines, it also resets. There's just like so many opportunities for that. It's kind of like if Lings and Banes just got bigger in ZVZ and also slower. And you're like, oh, it's kind of weird. But at any point, you could lose like 40 Lings in just 3 sets.
So with Dark taking that one.
Yes. So Dark's into the semis. He does not have an opponent yet because it looks like Oliveira and Cyan are still actively in game. So what we could do is wait for them to get out of whatever game they're in. We did just miss this lobby for Hero versus Damaga. So I think our best bet is probably to stick, and we'll stick on the Zerg side of things, right? We've got Dark here.
Sticking on the Zergs.
Why move away from what will probably be Dark versus Oliveira?
True.
When that's coming up right here, because I think the top side's going to be a PvP, which is fine, but we might as well stick with the ZVT section of things, in my personal opinion.
I do love ZVT. ZVT, in my opinion, is the best matchup to watch.
It's quintessential, right? Like,
I feel like
it's Starship Troopers. It is
Zerg versus the Marine, the Ling versus the Marine.
It's just so like, I don't know, emblematic of what StarCraft is. Or something. Is that a good word to use there?
The flagship matchup.
It is. And it's funny because I feel like Protoss is in a lot of ways a flagship thing too, because like cannon rushing, carriers, like sky toss, that kind of thing.
Very recognizable.
When it comes to like the matchup, TVZ just it's got it, man. It's got the juice.
Is it widely accepted to say TVZ, do we think, or is it ZVT? Because I obviously play Zerg, so everything is Z,
You're right.
then whatever the other one is. But I feel like other people normally say ZVT as well. What do the Protoss players say? That's what we actually need to know.
I think, so for me, I usually, it just depends on how I'm framing the matchup, and I'll try to say it from the perspective of whatever player I'm talking about at the moment.
Okay.
But I definitely flip back and forth with all the matchups. Like, it's always, I always say both or either.
I feel like I'm pretty consistent. I would say Z versus, whatever the other letter is.
Right.
And if it's not a Zerg matchup, then it's always T first. Z and then T. P never gets the first letter for me. Unless, I guess, I'm specifically... Yeah, I guess you're right. If I'm specifically discussing the matchup from the point of view of the Protoss player, or like I'm talking to a Protoss player about their side of the matchup, I would then say PVZ, I suppose.
I've corrected
But
myself
that's very rarely
during a cast before where I'm talking about like, oh, Dark's ZVT is really good, but if I say TVZ there, I'll like stop and swap it.
That doesn't sound right.
I'm like, yeah, that's hold on, right. Like that's incorrect. Other than that, I do
right.
think it's like most people will do it based on whatever race they play.
Yeah.
But like for me, I've played all three for like so long that at this point I don't have like a consistent way of saying anything.
Are you gonna play random in Stormgate?
I mean,
continue the trend. You think?
Probably pick one to start with.
Okay.
Here's what I'm sure I'll do. I'm gonna play all of the races.
Yeah, sure.
And then like get a sense for all of them, and then pick one to kind of focus on to learn the matchups a little bit more specifically. But I think ultimately, to be an effective caster, I need to like have a decent sense of every single matchup.
Okay.
I feel like if
fair.
I only play one race, like in StarCraft, if I only play Terran, watching somebody who only plays one race try to cast like a PvP, it's just painful.
I am very bad at it.
I've said TVZ, like we were definitely going to have Oliveira in here. Cyan's about to win that series.
Nice.
So we're going to have some PVZ. I'm pretty sure. I mean, it's not quite over yet.
I
but like,
love watching PVZ.
Cyan's 50 supply up.
That's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
I like that for your stream, Sergeant, or I always say Sergeant. It's Officer Everything Bagel.
That's right.
It's just like a big 1/4 corner of your camera overall.
Yes. Yeah. There's actually nothing in that corner of the room. So like it's super empty over here. So I put the camera there specifically because he's adorable and deserves at least that much space. Also, he's on the screen twice.
He is, and I respect that you didn't cover up his like the smaller version of him, like the over screen version.
I could have, but more fun this way.
It is much more fun that way. Double the cat.
Yeah, Tolkien doesn't have like a spot that he sits in as consistently, I feel like. At least not in your
Not in my domicile. He in the office room. He doesn't stay in here very much, actually. He likes being out in, I don't know, the more open areas. He does shift around. He certainly has his normal spots he'll sit in. There's like 3 consistent ones. There is a bed that's on top of my dresser that we have so labeled Comfy Mountain because he used to. I'm not very good. I'm not very good at putting my clothes away sometimes. I'm like still 8 years old apparently, and I just don't like folding my clothes and putting them in my dresser all the time. And I used to just put them on top of my dresser, and I would just like have a pile of clothes there, and it looked like a little mountain. And Tolkien found out that he could jump up and lay on those clothes. And so just like the top 3 shirts that were covering the rest of that clothes bundle were covered in white hair. And as you know, I really only have black shirts and black shorts.
Yep.
So it was just completely covered in white fur.
That's beautiful.
And so we called it Comfy Mountain and then decided, okay, well, let's actually move all the clothes off of there and then put a bed up there for him because he seems to like it. And he does. And then he sleeps on a podium that's out in our living room that's near the window because he likes to watch the birds.
He does. I can confirm both of these.
And then the back of the couch, and that's like his third spot. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he goes around. He has his other places he likes. Is that where Officer Everything Bagel likes to be predominantly?
I mean, he's decently active. It's funny. I don't think he like hangs out up there as much when I'm not here. Which is funny. Because usually when I get home, he's not like up there or like jumping down from up there or whatever. I feel like he's mostly there just when I'm streaming. I set that tree up right before I streamed one day. And I like pointed the camera at it, kind of hoping he would show up and hang out in there. And so I feel like there's this association with him sitting up there and me streaming. He does sit up there like other times too. And he'll hang out up there, but it's never as consistent as when I'm streaming. Like if I'm chilling on the couch, he'll go up there for like 5 minutes and then go somewhere else. But when I'm streaming, he's up there like 90% of the stream. It's like he knows. Awesome. He knows he's on camera. This is his spot.
That's his spot. That's where he be.
That's where he's gonna be.
Can you give him a pat?
I certainly can. I certainly can. Dark versus Cyan is gonna start up soon.
All right. Well, I'm ready. I'm chilling.
So just here. Make sure to join that game if there's a lobby. But I'm gonna go give him a pet, just because you asked.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you. I'm gonna watch. Everybody, go watch that. Here it is. Oh, it's adorable. Oh, that's a big yawn for such a little guy. And he jumps away.
Well, now.
Ah, look at this.
Now it's cat friend time.
Now it's cat friend o'clock. Oh, hell yeah.
He got excited because I went and said hello and woke him up from his nap.
Now he's just ragdolling.
Nope. I have picked him up, and that is just what he's going to be doing for a little while now, while we wait for Dark and Cyan to get their vetoes ready. I will say it's funny. I've noticed it takes longer for vetoes now, that there's 9 maps instead of 7.
Yeah, I would, not surprised.
I think the other side of the bracket is Hero versus Classic right now, too. It's going to start.
Oh, hell yeah.
So we might get our Dark versus Hero finals, which is the quintessential KSL finals.
Ooh. The quintessential.
Yeah.
Hello, Cinny. What's up, yo?
Heroes game.
They're playing the same map, apparently. They liked it so much, gonna play it twice.
Oh, yeah. That is funny. I feel like I've seen a bit more map variety because of the 9 maps, which is kind of nice. They're all still pretty viable, except I think Radisset Station is the only one that everybody like agrees that they don't pretty much never play. You very rarely see that.
Which one is it?
The like weird ass one that we were on earlier, Radisset Station.
Ah, yeah. Okay.
All the other ones are pretty decently represented, I feel like.
Radisset Station.
It's a good map, though. Seen some bangers on that one.
Bangers.
Bangerangers.
Man, I'm just clicking around all the tabs. Just looking, just looking.
Oh, in StarCraft?
Yeah,
It's good.
It has been a minute since I've played, that's for sure.
It has. When was the last time you opened up the StarCraft game menu?
Man.
Like, did you have to update before this, or?
I did have to update. Yes, I did. I did. It's been a while, that's for sure. It
Yeah.
has been a while since I've played.
I noticed you
StarCraft.
haven't been on the Korean server in a few years.
Yeah,
Because
I
when you
mean,
logged in, it was
certainly
like, it told me what achievements you got. It was
yeah.
the 2023, 2022, and 2021, like,
Mhm.
Katowice champion achievements.
And the StarCraft remastered purchase. Like, oh, hey.
Oh, man. No, you did that. You bought that for,
Yeah.
like, a subathon, right? A couple
Yeah,
years
yeah,
ago,
yeah.
I feel like.
Yeah.
All right. So you didn't buy that when it came out, which would have been hilarious if you hadn't been on Korea basically ever at that point. I think that came out in like 2016.
Yeah. Something crazy like that.
I was just so there was a remastered like launch event that they did. The Brood War StarCraft remastered event to celebrate
Yeah.
the launch of it. Which was an incredible event. It was so funny, such an entertaining event. And I like some random YouTube account uploaded the entire thing of like day
Ooh.
2, I think,
Ooh.
in 4 different parts. So I just like they only have like 6 other videos other than that. I don't know why they have this, why it's uploaded on there, why it's not anywhere else. I don't even know if day 1 exists somewhere. But every now and then YouTube will just like recommend one of those videos to me.
Yeah. You just go down a trip down memory lane.
All right, we have a game here.
Okay.
We're
Accepted.
getting into a party. I'm going to try to recommend you to this party. We don't have to
Oh.
worry about this anymore.
Sweet load.
Into the Inu is very nice and is a
I am
Korean
in the
commentator
party.
who likes to get everybody in a party and host the lobbies. And that means we always
He's the
get
referee, bro.
Observer plus plus. He's the referee, which, I could be as the runner of this tournament, but I don't like having that much power. So
Okay.
happy to
Yeah,
let into the Inu have it.
That's awesome. I love it. I
Yeah.
love it. Taking charge.
I mean, really all it means is if the players have to pause for some reason, he can kind of unpause and he can also chat to them.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas we'll be locked to just chatting with observers.
We're just spectating.
We're just spectating. We just
We're
watching.
just spectators.
We are voyeurs, you might say.
voyeurs. Yes.
All right, players are ready. We got a ZVP
I
here.
think I don't think I've had sound enabled on StarCraft for like the past 30 minutes. I'm now realizing as I just re-enable it.
Oh, that's fantastic.
That's a good time. That's a good time.
Now I'm like checking to make sure all my sounds are going.
Wait, is what Royce the Cyan play?
Oh, Terran?
Oh, okay. He's playing Terran currently, but
Am I crazy? Did Cyan switch to Terran?
Ah.
Or
I don't. I think
do we
we
need
got
to
a whoopsie
I think we're
daisy.
gonna have to redo this one.
Sorry. Yeah, that's the good stuff.
You gotta love it. It'd be so sick if Cyan just busted out like a dope Terran play.
That is awesome. That would be fucking crazy, yeah. All right. Terran OP. Yeah, I think you're right, Possum. I think you're right.
Now Dark's sitting on
Now
Terran.
Dark Pixar. All right.
Try this
Look at
again.
that. I love that he spams the numbers too. That's so neat.
He must have like a really low refresh rate.
Yeah,
on
he
the
did that
numbers.
so
Super
fast. What
fast.
the heck? Yeah, what? Jeez Louise. All right, we got a ZVP. Exciting stuff.
We do. Back to Oceanborn. Now that you're getting
Back to
familiarized with the
Oceanborn.
maps,
Totally remember this one. Totally and absolutely remember this one.
it's you'll get there.
Sure. Are you? Wait, which one are you? Are you 3?
Ooh, so now to figure it out, you're gonna have to hit Control-Shift-O, and then you can select my name from the menu,
Oh, you're
and then
6.
hit Control-Shift-O again to make that.
All right, I'm out of
pop-up
there.
go away.
Nice, dude. It's so nice that you know all of these buttons.
So it's funny. I learned that years ago, forgot it, and then I've learned it at least
remembered
twice
it.
since then, including this past Monday. Light from the Cranky Ducklings told me how to do that again. And I was like, oh, yes. Professional casters telling me things.
That's excellent. That's excellent.
It's good. You know, it's good to share knowledge.
I am going to take the reins because I am a big fan of the person spawning in the top left corner of the map. It is from Clan Dragon Kaiser Gaming. Dark, I think is the right one. Swoosh.
Swoosh. It's called Dragon Kitesy.
Kitesy. Okay.
Kitesy, yeah.
Kitesy? What is that?
K-A-I-Z-I.
Kitesy. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was a
All right.
team. Kitesy was the team, but then Dragon Phoenix Gaming, they merged. They merged
okay,
teams. To be Dragon
Understood.
Kitesy. His
Okay.
opponent on SSLT, which I believe is like the Starving Camels, something like that.
Okay.
Is the blue Protoss Cyan. Aptly in the blue. I actually don't I don't know if they exist anymore. I thought they didn't, or maybe somebody just left their team. Oh, I have to look this up. Liquipedia, save me. SSLT
Save us.
Is the acronym of Starved Camel. Yeah, look at that. I was correct.
SSLT.
That's So it's a Chinese semi-pro team. I guess they do still exist. Oh, it was
All right.
Firefly recently left to join Platinum Gaming. That's what it was.
Of course.
Of course. Yes, it's obviously
Dark-
part of the Chinese proverb, a starved camel is still larger than a horse.
What? Okay.
More learning.
Well, Dark got his hatch blocked.
He did.
And that
He
is
did.
a thing
This
that happened.
is still a thing that happens pretty much every single ZVP. So, you know, good stuff. Good stuff. It looks like no, this isn't a two building wall. There's a gap.
No.
Okay.
There's a gap for sure. Yeah.
There is a gap. Much like most of the malls in America, there is a gap.
He's got the jokes, this chicken. He's got the jokes.
You know, I'm a professional. So Cyan's trying to harass with the Adepts here, and this is kind of what I was talking about that MaxPax loves to do, and how MaxPax so handily defeated Dark recently. Was his Adept micro and his Oracle control was so
tricky.
strong. Cyan, though, not really able to get the same kind of damage. Just poking and prodding. Does have another Adept showing up, though, and the Queen is not in position. Some drones possibly going to start going down here. Ooh, all of a sudden, three dead drones.
Trying to get that
the
last one.
Adept in the main did go down.
Yep.
The
Both went
Adept in
down.
Natch. So 4 drones for 2 Adepts. I think that's okay for Dark, but
That is break even for both players, but
Yeah.
little lost mining time for Dark. You know, it might make a couple things a few seconds behind. Spores already almost done here. I like Dark. He likes to go for the 2 spores. So many Zergs like to skip the spore in the main.
yeah.
They put 2 queens there, and then they end up losing 3 drones. And then the
Yep.
casters go, well, usually you can defend that. And it's like, no, you can't. People always fucking lose 3 drones in the main.
It's
if you
so
put 2
common.
queens there.
I mean, against
Every
somebody
time.
like Hero, you're just
Yeah.
gonna lose the drones.
Yeah.
But you're definitely gonna lose more drones without the Spore Crawler. I agree. It's like you're taking a chance that they're gonna mess up their control this time.
Yeah.
But
Good
I
luck.
feel like that's so rare against the top players. Now, here against Cyan, Dark might be able to bet on that a little bit more, right? Like, Cyan is very good. Obviously, he just took out Oliveira, who is the current world champion of I Am Katowice, and honestly has looked pretty solid lately. But still not likely to be as, like, consistent in his
Yes,
games as somebody like
consistency, I
Hero or Classic, where you can just count on the Oracle control being top-notch.
Yep. I mean, he's already gotten 2 drones worth of damage, though. Pretty nice. He is going to make... Is that a... Oh, he's going to just go in with some big Adepts here. Glabe's about halfway done, interestingly enough.
Yeah, so this
he's
poke with
gonna
Adepts
cancel
is
that.
a very common thing to see with like a Blink build. So I wonder if Cyan's trying to fool Dark. Dark,
the
though,
Dark Shrine
doesn't seem
coming
to care. He's attacking. He's walking his queens across the map. He's got Lings on the way, Roaches and Ravagers, and he is going to try to kill Cyan. Cyan needs to defend. I love the Dark Shrine play because
Yep.
Dark doesn't have a lair, so there's no mobile detection. So if Cyan can hold for a little while, and the stasis traps are a great way to do that, he can get a couple DTs out. There's nothing Dark's going to be able to do about that. Can Dark get enough damage done before then to make it not matter?
Glaives are just about to be finished up here. He's got 2 shield batteries there at the third base, so he will be able to use that, overcharge them if needed. I would like to say that Cyan might be in a relatively decent spot for this, but those Adepts, not a ton of health on them, not a ton of energy. He does pop battery. And here come the DTs. So this is now... Nope, I'm sorry. Those are Adepts. I thought it was done. I thought it was done.
It's very close. Cyan is just doing a great job holding and buying that time that he needs. The Dark Shrine is now finished. The Adepts shade away. Cyan has decided to give this base up, and he's just going to try to take as good of a trade as he can. Okay, finally some DTs warping in. I think the base can still die, but that's like kind of bare minimum for Dark, right? Like, he needed to kill that. And now he's going to run home to 37 drones. He just lost all of his queens. His lair's not even halfway done.
Yeah, lair's not done yet. I mean, these DTs, there are spores in each base, but, you know, you can still definitely be quite annoying with them, especially when you have a clutch of Adepts as well. Pulls the army over to the third base. DTs are going to go to the natural if you get on top of that spore. I mean, it's not even done yet.
Yeah,
he's going to pull those spores over, though.
Some drones going down, and like Dark really needs to be droning up like crazy right now. He's just not able to do it. The Oracle's here as well. They could turn back on. Well, not quite. They don't have a lot of energy right now.
They don't have a ton of energy.
It looks like Dark's
definitely an awkward position.
But yeah, I don't know that I love his position. Cyan is retaking his base, and oh no, these Overlords got rallied out across the map. That's going to be 2 dead Ovies for Dark. Just for no reason, really. And the Oracle's on the other side of the map just killing more Lings as the Adepts trade with them as well. This is looking very good for our Protoss.
Yeah.
Have I been sleeping on Cyan this whole time? This is like what is happening? Both Cyan and Firefly have had some sick runs lately. If Cyan wins this game, I'm actually going to be like incredibly impressed.
I mean, I would argue to say if he doesn't win this game, you know, this is about as good as it can get for him, right? Other than just a complete blunder in the early game or some, you know, like a build order win.
I mean, this was a pretty solid like, build order win for him. He was against a hatch-only aggressive player with a Dark Shrine on the way, but I think that was a clear choice as well once he saw the Queens moving off creep.
I do too, for sure.
That being said, Dark can be one of the best players when he's like behind. He can be incredibly efficient in some games. But I love the way Cyan's playing this, right? He's still just killing creep, he's killing drones, he's trading with Lings, getting whatever little bits of damage he can. He knows he's ahead, and if he can just keep that lead, it's going to be very difficult for Dark to come back.
Yeah, surprised to see the fourth base just now going down. I would have loved to see that maybe even while that attack was going on the other side of the map. Then again, he did have to probe up his third base. So I could see, you know, wanting to put the money back into that. So
yeah,
maybe a calculated play.
Trying to get a bit of an army together too. So I think he is more focused on getting the Blink Stalkers out, because now, I mean, Roach is not super great at dealing with Blink Stalkers out here, and I love the way Cyan is just poking and prodding again, trying to get as much efficiency as possible. I mentioned that like Dark from behind, he can be really efficient, but that's like impossible against Blink Stalkers to actually be efficient. It's so hard. I mean, he gets some kills here for free. Oh, the Stasis Ward though.
Speaking of free kill,
brutal.
Speaking of free kills, Adepts do end up finishing the shade. They are going to go into the natural here.
Yeah,
splitting the army a little bit. A couple of Adepts.
At the third. 9 more drones going down though. And yeah, that's just going to be it. That is it. Cyan taking game 1 off of Dark.
Oh my goodness. That's game 1 in the bag, folks.
That's pretty sick, man. Dark is
that's pretty cool.
Dark is no slouch.
No.
And Cyan, obviously, he is very good, but he's a major underdog here. I don't think I need to really tell anybody that, because you probably Haven't really seen any Cyan games.
Dark left the party.
Oh, Dark said,
Okay.
"That's it. I'm done."
That's it. I'm done. I don't want to do it.
He may have to relog.
Yeah. True. Who won? Cyan won game 1.
He did indeed.
He got the first game.
And we're going to.
Yeah.
Oh,
very
here's a
cool.
good one. How do you pronounce this map name?
Okay, I can definitely do this. Let me think about it a moment here.
All right. Think away.
Do you know how it's pronounced?
I mean, as much as one can know these things.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Alcyone.
Honestly, pretty solid guess. I believe the consensus is Alcyone.
Alcyone.
Yeah. Because I think it's like a Greek word or like a Greek god or something.
Alcyone.
Yeah, could be.
No idea.
I mean, I don't really know. I'm just kind of going with what like State said on GSL, and that seems to be kind of agreed upon. I think what State did was like put the word into Google and then hit the like say it to me button.
Yeah.
So if you trust Google, that's a good way to go.
Big true. These are best of 3s? Is that what
They
I'm
are
doing?
best of 3s.
Okay. Just checking. And let's go ahead and introduce the players here on the map Alcyone. Spawning in the upper right-hand corner of the map, it is the Red Zerg down a game. Dark. From Dragon Kaizi Gaming. Is that right?
That is correct.
I did it.
His opponent playing for the highly esteemed Starved Camels is none other than Cyan. Here in the blue, up 1-0 against the 2019 world champion.
Feeling fresh.
We were there to
You gotta be
see
feeling good after
that world
game.
championship.
That was great.
I mean, it was a lot of ZVZ. There was a lot of Zerg in that championship.
Who were the finals? It was Dark Rainer.
It was
right?
Dark Rainer, yeah. Yep. Rainer took out
What was
Cyril.
Yeah, I remember that. Cyril walked past me quickly in the hallway after he had lost.
Damn. At Atlanta last year, Cyril lost, and then like when he came off stage, I think somebody just approached him for like an autograph.
No.
And then there was a huge line. Because of course the moment he stopped, he was just there for like ever. I don't think he didn't seem like salty about it.
Okay. All right.
But like I just remember noticing that and I was like, that honestly it's pretty dope of him to just like stop and talk to people.
Yep.
I mean, he was there for like 45 minutes.
Yeah. Dang. Really?
Yeah. The moment he stopped, a line formed and the line was like, 50 people long.
Is he gonna be at this stream hack?
Yeah, absolutely.
Ooh.
I'm gonna get
a
a basilisk. So I got a basilisk Rubik's cube that they sent me from like a Twitter thing, and I'm gonna get Cyril and Rainer and Trigger and Roddy to sign it because they're all on basilisk. So I feel like that's like a solid crew.
If I can find it, I have some of the confetti from when Cyril won BlizzCon.
Ooh. Oh, man.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. That's like...
Yeah.
You got to start scrapbooking if you get him to sign that, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
paste it into a book.
Yeah. Or rather, consume it. And imbibe his
Become
powers.
all-powerful.
Become as powerful as Cyril.
Or you get him to sign like thousands of them and then you sell them.
I do love little weird oddities. For instance, in my keyboard is a signed piece of paper that says "Go Get 'em, streamer" from Up a Tree.
I love that.
It's in my keyboard. It's been there for years now.
Well, you have a Up a Tree custom key. So
I
you know
do
that
have
really
an
that
Upper Tree
tracks.
custom key. Yeah.
That's a perfect place for it. And then since then, you've made the decision that I think Up a Tree would count as being very smart, which is you stop playing StarCraft. So you've been winning since then, actually.
I've won. I beat the game. True. Okay, so let's see. What has happened in this game? Dark did not get his hatch block. That's always nice for Zergs when they get to take their natural.
Yeah, I didn't
He made
really
some
see what happens.
speedlings
Sometimes he
poking
takes a
around.
really early hatch to make sure he gets it.
Mm.
Oh, there's a fleet beacon on the way.
Oh, that's a fleet bacon.
Yeah, so this game, I mean, it's been
Do we
pretty
think-
normal so far. Cyan's gonna go harass with some oracles, but yeah, that's a fleet beacon. We're going straight to carriers or tempests.
Hey, I was gonna say, is it gonna be carriers or tempests? I mean, Dark sees no third base at this point. No way he actually thinks that that probe was gonna just chill there and make the third. It is Tempest. I have a feeling.
I
Oh,
love
but he's
this.
making a Roach Warren, but he is making more queens too.
So,
It's tough.
yeah,
Tempest
I don't know. This reminds me of a build I saw not too long ago. I cannot remember which Protoss did it. It was on this map. It was a very cool build. Cyan does look like he wants to take that third for real. The Adepts are going to do their best here.
Yeah,
And it was
he
like
doesn't wanna take it.
Tempests into carriers, but then also straight into like heavy charge lots ground army. And it kind of bopped Solar, who was the Zerg that I'm pretty sure it was Solar. Tried to build a bunch of corruptors and then like just didn't have enough roaches to fight the
God,
ground army kind of deal.
Yep.
Yeah, classic move. But there's that Spire going down. So it does look like Dark's going for the classic
He has some idea.
Roach Corruptor composition.
I do love Roach Corruptor.
It's, I mean, it's
Ling
Roach
Bane
and
Corruptor.
Air Roach is what it is.
I used to slam Lingbane Corruptor. That was such a fun composition.
It's, I mean, that is a fun composition. You have a lot of units flying around, running around.
Yep. Yep.
Somebody's asking
Roach
how do they qualify for KSL? This is an open tournament. Anybody can sign up as long as
You
you're
could sign up.
comfortable playing on the Korean server. You can, and we do this weekly, mostly weekly. Sometimes we take a week off. But if you'd like us to take less weeks off, you could sign up for the Patreon. For as little
my
as
God.
$5 a month, you can support this
As
tournament.
little.
Because this is a tournament sponsored by the community, completely funded by the
Grassroots.
Patreon. $400 weekly. This full grassroots. These are the
Mom
grassiest
and
roots
pop.
you've ever seen.
Yeah.
You will also get all the replays from these tournaments.
These
you are,
roots have so much grass
Patreon.
in them. I think Dark just loses this game, by the way. I don't know. It doesn't look good.
I mean,
There's 5 Tempests out.
he does. Dark.
I
don't
mean,
know
maybe
if
not,
Dark
though.
like.
There's the Corruptors, though.
He's got the
I forgot
Spire,
about
so
the
he
Spire.
can
He does have the
just
Spire. He does
build
have the
those
Spire.
units. And I feel like Cyan has waited way too long to go do this damage.
Yeah.
Because,
Yeah.
yeah, those Corruptors are on the way now. I don't know if Dark knew this was coming, but it kind of
Just
feels like he
kinda
did.
lucked into it,
right?
maybe?
Like, I feel like
Yeah.
Dark wouldn't have built the Spire otherwise. This isn't enough to one-shot Queens, so he's
It
going to
is.
lose a couple. Dark's just trying to keep him here, though. He's trying to hold him until the Corruptors come out.
You gotta be careful with your Corruptors, though, against this, because
You do, but also, like, I feel like
Not
Cyan
that
needed to
careful,
just
though.
recall immediately, and now
yeah.
he's just going to lose
feel it.
this. Yeah. He
gonna
recalls
lose
now, but he
one.
loses 2, takes half damage on another one.
Yeah.
He has to
And
defend,
the kind of this steam from that has just been kind of.
but he is doing the hot switch into ground. So he's trying to punish Dark if Dark goes heavy Corruptor. But Dark's a smart boy and is going to go
Oh.
heavy Corruptor.
And he's gonna go heavy Corruptor. Yeah, he's kind of going more.
I mean, he definitely
I
doesn't
mean-
need more. He's got to be a little careful here. He's got +1 on the way.
Yeah, he's making
Oh.
5 additional Corruptors here.
That's too many. There's
Sees the
actually
additional
too
base.
many Corruptors.
He's gonna see the Stalkers though.
Yeah, the
I actually
Stalkers
think
are
maybe he
such
should
a
have
tell.
not shown them.
He definitely
Maybe you
shouldn't
don't
have
show
shown
them. 7 Corruptors though. He's not canceling any of them.
Oof. I mean, he's gonna have.
He's gonna have like 20.
Yeah, he's gonna have about 20 Corruptors. Like 18.
He's gonna have so many.
The
This is
Tempests
the
don't
dance
stand a
of
chance.
GDP, man.
But
No, they don't.
Yeah, this is a lot of investment for Dark. He is on a pretty great drone count. It's about to be 4 bases to 4,
46 lings, though. Yeah.
Lings are going to be pretty good here, right? Heavy Blink Stalker out of Cyan. Charge is on the way, but I don't think there's a Templar Archives just yet. So we're not going to have any Archons out to really deal with the Lings. Yeah, no Storm.
Yeah.
Corruptor is going to puke on some rocks. I didn't really get to go over this map with you at all. This is actually maybe my favorite map in the pool just because it's the bottom, like, the bottom right of it is completely separated from the rest. You have to mine through or kill rocks to get there.
It is indeed.
So it's kind of cool. We didn't really get to see it utilized in this game too much, but it's an interesting map, this one.
Ooh. Okay, here they go. Bunch of those Lings, though, getting trapped by the stasis. Corruptor's kind of just slamming in here. We're going to immediately kill that shield battery that's overcharging. There's just so much here.
Yeah, the Blink Stalkers didn't get enough of like a head start. They're going to jump on the Ravagers, but I feel like Dark's...
He might be able to get a few, but
so
the
much
Lings are about to be free again. He's not even actually fighting with all of his Lings. There's just randomly a bunch of Lings sitting back there.
And Stalkers have to warp into the main to deal with these Corruptors that are just peeing on every single building. The Temple Archives showed up and then died immediately. And I think Dark is just going to smash this. He just has way too much stuff.
Like it looks like it. Oh, yeah, Lings in the third there.
Under 100 supply here for Cyan. He doesn't have any big tech to really fall back on. There's no, like, disruptors or something to try to take this out. There's no real way to take advantage of the fact that Dark has a bunch of supply tied up in Corruptors. They're still doing damage. Charge wasn't even able to finish because he killed the pylon. Yikes, dude.
Oof.
Well, I think we're moments away from the tap out here. So it looks like Dark's going to tie the series up 1-1. Not giving up without a fight.
I think so.
Not getting caught pants out. What is that micro, Dark? Dark is BM.
He's spamming.
He is.
Is he?
That's BM for sure. Yeah, that's pro player BM for you right there.
Is it?
He is. It's like a dance. He was dancing those units.
Oh, okay.
He was basically saying, "Get out."
Get out of the game.
And Cyan obliged because that game.
He did.
That game was definitely over.
But tell you what, 1-1.
Yeah.
Anything could happen here. In the last game of Dark versus Cyan. You know what would be so troll to do, but I bet you it would work, is if you invited one of the casters to like an arcade game. And immediately started it.
Oh man. I feel like there was a match in some tournament where like 2 players decided to play it out in some random arcade game. I feel like that was a thing that happened.
Really?
I think so.
I don't know. While we're waiting to get started, I'm going to grab a beverage. If it starts, I will let you introduce the players without me. I'll return in just a moment.
All right, do it. All right, trying to figure out if we had to kick anybody from the lobby. But we do not. And now we're getting into the game. Game 3, Solaris. Ooh. Another questionable pronunciation on the map name. I hope we get to see every single map here today. That APOP gets the full purview of the map pool. I'm pretty terrible at remembering the various maps, but... All right. Do. Nickelodeon. Game 3. We're here on Solaris. Apop isn't back yet, so I'm going to introduce the players without him. Spawning in the upper right-hand corner, we have the red Zerg player for Dragon Kitesy Gaming. Tying up the series, it is Dark. His opponent in the lower left, the underdog, the blue Protoss for the Starved Camels. It's Cyan. Cyan's a nice color. I'm a big fan of Cyan. Also, when I was a kid, I thought it was pronounced Cyan, which I feel like is a better pronunciation. But alas, I stick with Cyan.
Is it not pronounced Cyan?
Is it? I feel like I've heard more people say Cyan. So I switched my pronunciation. Fun fact, I first learned about the color Cyan from Perfect Dark, where you could play like custom games against AI opponents, and you would pick their colors, and one of the color options was Cyan. And, you know, I was like 10 and had no idea what that was. So, learned that color.
Yeah, I think I usually hear people say Cyan as well.
So should I go back to saying Cyan?
I'm gonna continue saying it.
All right.
You can do whatever you want, though.
Damn, now I gotta unlearn that.
Readjust.
Yeah.
Dictionary voice reader guy just said Cyan. All right, well there you go.
Cyan. Okay. Like if Anne was psychic, she would be Cyan.
Did you have a Nintendo 64 growing up?
Yeah, I literally still have the N64 that I grew up with. I'm looking at it right now. Yes, that was
I miss those.
that
days.
was my console of choice until the PS2 came out.
Yeah, same. Actual same.
Yeah, which also I have that now too, and 55 PlayStation 2 games that my sister just sent me in a box. Unfortunately, the PlayStation doesn't actually work, so I'm gonna have to either get that fixed or get a new PlayStation, which probably will cost about the same amount. So I just have to do one of those things.
Probably, yeah.
But yeah, very excited to play some PS2 games if I get the chance to. Oh man, Dark killed a probe with these 2 lings that snuck in.
He did.
Dark is a professional, man. I feel like he always gets these lings in. He knows the timing when the first adept goes out, and he takes advantage of this harassment that the Protoss tries to do. Delays the second adept by a very long time. Gets a scout, gets a kill on a probe. I mean, these 2 lings got so much value for Dark. And he's gonna lose a few lings in response, but like, who cares? They got the job done.
Who cares?
Not Dark. Dark don't care.
Dark actually making a good amount of rooms there. Middle of the map, gonna catch 1 adept.
Oh man, gets the second adept.
Does he get the second? Oh, it's so close. Oh my goodness,
dude.
he gets it. That's actually crazy.
The speed zone really coming into play there.
Oh, and he has to wall off with his shield battery.
Yeah, I mean, this really sucks for Cyan. The Oracle gets pushed away by 2 queens. It only gets 1 kill.
So low HP.
Dude, the double queens. He is forced to cancel something. But end of the day, does it really matter? Oh my god, he's going to delay the third. Dude, this is like... Dark is manhandling Cyan in the start of this game right now.
Yeah.
The Oracle will force these lings away, but I think Dark's quite happy with this opening. He's got a Roach Warren going down. Is he just going to do that game 1 push again?
I mean, maybe. You do make the Roach Warren, though, I feel like, in most EVPs. God, Dark makes his Roach Warren so late.
Yeah, it is quite late. It's just the positioning makes me feel like he's going to attack with it, you know? Like, do you build it behind your third if you're just going to chill at home? I don't know, man.
Well, there's no reason to not make it behind. I mean,
Yeah, but do you?
Having it more forward doesn't make a difference.
But it feels like it does, you know?
You're more aggressive.
It's definitely a more
With your-
aggressive positioning, even though it matters not at all.
Yeah, okay, sure, yeah, okay.
Cyan is going to get some drones here, but will lose these adepts for it. Not necessarily worth overall. I think did the Oracle die? Yeah, one of the Oracles died. The other one's still alive. But there's a lair on the way. There's no roaches coming out, so Dark isn't going to be aggressive with this aggressively placed roach warren. And Glaives is about to finish, so Cyan could try to head across the map, although after losing 7 adepts this game, it's not going to be that powerful of a push. This is why a lot of times when it's an adept opening like this, you see the adepts threaten, but not actually shade in. Especially like group of 4 that we just saw die. Losing those adepts for a few drones is not worth it when you're about to hit with Glaives. Because now this is not really that scary.
You would definitely prefer to just have 5 additional adepts there.
Yeah.
Let Dark have those, or 4, I guess is what he lost. Let him keep the 5 drones. You get your 4 adepts back. This attack is much, much stronger.
But I don't think Dark realizes this is Glaives. I mean, obviously by now he does, but he didn't pull those drones immediately. It's still not going to matter, though. He sends the drones back right away. He loses 4, but he kills every single one of those adepts. Nothing bad happening for Dark here.
Even more valuable.
He's somehow behind in workers. He just stopped hitting the drone button. He's forgotten where
He's making
the key
12
is.
roaches.
He do be ready to attack.
He is like, let's do it. +1 missile, halfway done. Who cares? Let's go.
Well, he's kind of right. I mean, this would be the timing. Blink is not done yet. +1 is not done yet. Cyan is trying to get some static defense up. He's got some shield batteries and a cannon.
An immortal on the way, but it's going to take a hot minute for it to be done.
It will. It's going to be right on the front lines, though. I kind of like this positioning of the Robo.
Yeah.
And it means Dark's going to have a bit of a tougher time. But the Ravagers here are going to be so strong. He just needs to be very careful of the Stasis Ward.
Yeah, I think it's going to get... Oh. Okay.
He's got so much stuff. He's going to try to break the rocks down in the middle of the map so he can get across a little bit quicker. This is giving Cyan more time, though. Blink's about to finish. +1 is done. That first Immortal is out. Cyan's trying to take a 4th, though. He does not realize what he's up against. That is not
know what's going on.
Stasis Ward is
good little bit of wings, but
I think this positioning is just not good, though. The Stalkers cannot take a good fight from this side. The Ling reinforcements are going to get the surround on the Stalkers blinking backwards. There's no shield battery to go to. The Bile's just killing everything in the third. And this game has just been all Dark all the way. And I think he's about to go all the way with it.
He could go all the way.
Yeah. Oh, that poor Immortal. So close to getting out.
Close.
And yet so
Maybe
far.
actually not that bad for that Immortal, though, because he would have just instantly
That's
died.
true. The Immortal is still alive in there, and therefore
he's just
living up to his name.
He's safe on the Protoss planet.
That's right.
Because that's how it goes.
Actually,
right?
I think Robos like construct the units.
Do they?
But I guess it needs like the consciousness in there before it's really the unit.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're robotics. It's like a robotics facility, right? I think it builds instead of like warping it in. You can't warp in robo units. I think it builds like a physical body, and then the consciousness of a previously dead Protoss gets put in it. I think that's how robo units work.
I think it's supposed to be, yes.
My lore knowledge in StarCraft is very low because I just don't care.
Immortals contained a wounded Protoss inside them, but in theory the Protoss could be warped back after the Immortal is destroyed. I see. So it's like a disfigured Zealot.
Yeah.
Isn't an Immortal.
Zealot lost his psi blades.
Yeah.
Or his legs.
Yeah,
or
his
something.
arms got cut off.
Yeah.
Put him in the Immortal.
Your arms off.
They do that in Warhammer 40k.
I mean,
they're called Mortis engines.
If I was like a fighter,
a nerd,
and yeah, I'm definitely not one of those.
Not one of those.
If I was, like a zealot, right? And I'm ready to fight, and then something made it so I couldn't fight, and they were like, "We're gonna put you in an immortal." I'd be like, "Oh,
Yeah.
fuck yeah.
Oh, fuck
Let's
yeah,
go,
dude,
dude." Speaking of
In
fuck
40K.
yeah, what's our finals is Dark versus Hero.
Dark versus Hero.
Yeah. The classic. It's the all-timer.
Everybody knows it. Everybody loves it. As classic as classic.
As classic?
As classic. You know, the player. Classic.
No, Hero beat classic.
Oh. Well, never mind.
I don't know if
How
that
do you
was
think
meant to be a
Korean-
joke or...
It was, but
Okay.
it's okay.
I wasn't
It
sure
did
where we
land
were
and
going with it, so I tried to make a joke too.
Sometimes you take a swing. Sometimes you make a miss. That's just how it works.
Yeah. Unfortunate.
Yeah, hey. Last round, best of 5, best of 3.
This is a best of 5.
What are we doing?
Best of
All
5.
right, best of 5.
Ooh, we're gonna get
see
some of the
cheese.
last maps. What maps haven't you seen yet? You haven't seen Equilibrium.
Or
You
equally.
haven't seen Golden Aura, and we're not gonna see
And I'm
those
not going to.
because they're both
Yeah.
vetoed. You are gonna see Delta Site as the first map. I don't think you've been on that one yet.
Nope.
But I think, yeah, we've seen all the other ones. All right.
Whee!
Oh wee!
Let's go.
Oh, we have a lot of casters in here. It's
Yeah.
good. It's good to see. Steadfast
Yeah.
back. The Cranky Ducklings.
I mean, you got the poptosis, dude. Everybody heard I was showing up, and
It's
they're
true.
like, "Oh shit,
Oh,
dude!
this must be good.
Oh
This is
my-
gonna be good this week.
Oh my god, bro!
Gotta compete
Yeah."
with the Pop Toe.
Dark heard I was gonna be here.
Yeah, that's why
Oh
he
my
signed up.
God, bro.
He actually messaged me
Yeah.
earlier, and he was like,
Yes, it's a popcast.
"Hey, Pop casting."
Did he confirm this week?
He had to
They're
make
like,
sure.
dude, he's gonna be here. Yeah, yeah. for sure.
He's asked every week actually when you're gonna be casting.
Oh, yeah?
And I keep saying like, "Oh, maybe in the next couple weeks. Please keep signing up just in case he shows up." Yeah, so he's happy you're finally here, and he said he's gonna do his best to win for you and show good games for the
Okay.
fans.
Thank you.
Usually
thank
he
you.
doesn't try that hard, but in this
No,
one
he
said
doesn't?
he's gonna go all out, bringing his best builds.
The best builds. And let's go ahead and get straight away right into it. In the top left corner of Site Delta, representing Clan Dragon Kaizi Gaming, it is Dark, the Red Zerg. Whoosh.
The reddest of Zergs. His opponent, the bluest of Protosses, in the lower right-hand corner, also on Dragon Kitesy. It is Hero. There's this weird
these
thing
guys-
that my whooshes do when I do
Yeah.
them, where sometimes they crackle. I have no idea why, for no reason. There's absolutely no reason for them to do that, and sometimes they do it anyways.
Something with the bit rate, maybe. Who
It's
knows?
got to be some like really weird thing like that.
See, I love it when pro gamers do this, because for some reason, and it's such. Have you ever seen that like funny meme bell curve of like strategies in games, where it's like a potato brain IQ noob player, and then like a try hard like
Yeah.
mid tier player, and then like a Jedi level pro player? In my master's brain, whenever I would play ZVP, I would like desperately try to make sure I didn't lose any mining time versus probes whenever they did this.
Yeah.
And I just watched Dark like not give two fucks, and every drone just like goes wherever the hell they're going. He corrects it like eventually.
Yeah.
But like even missing like a few, like a second or two on placing your building down is so much worse than like, oh, he had to find a new mineral patch to mine from.
So, do you have a numpad on your keyboard?
On my keyboard?
Yeah.
No.
All right, never mind.
No. Okay.
There's a little income graph you can get to if you have a numpad, and it's showing it's showing that Hero has earned about 100 to 150 resources more than Dark since the start of the game or so, something like that. So
right, but Protoss get to get more minerals just in the beginning of the game normally. Protoss is ahead on income until Zerg gets up to 3 bases typically.
I feel like for Hero, it's just like something to keep your hands warm that you can do at the start of the game when there's not a lot going on.
You might as well.
And then
like nothing else to do.
Dark is the kind of Chad gamer who just won't really care. Like,
yeah.
I love Dark. His build orders are usually not the crispest. He'll hit like a timing that'll just crush somebody. But it's not like every single building was placed down the microsecond and needed to be in the exact position and the exact... No. He's just like, well, if I build my Evo chamber, then my Roach-Core, and then a lair, then I can get the right units out at the right time, just go hit. It's pretty good. He's like a vibe player, He plays on the vibe.
Yeah, for sure. But his micro is so decent.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, okay, well, yeah, those 3 roaches are doing a lot of work.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible what he can get done with his units, no matter what they are. That's just pure skill, pure raw skill.
Pure raw skill. For it being a Terran patch, we didn't watch a single Terran game.
We did not, no. It's a Terran patch, except the Terran seem to be really struggling with Protoss. Which is, it feels kind of like...
Really?
Yeah, like 2-3 years ago. Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest, Cyan beating Oliveira is a pretty big upset. And Oliveira's been looking pretty hot lately.
Yeah.
I feel like there's some decent Protoss action happening against Terrans. MaxPax dumpsters every Terran he comes across. Like, except for Clem. Clem's like the only one who can fight with him, but even then, sometimes like MaxPax will 3-0 him.
Wow, really? That's crazy, bro.
He's pretty good. It's kind of it's such a shame actually that he won't go to any live events.
I kind of love it though. I respect the hell out of it. He's like, nah, I'm just having fun.
Sticks to his guns. I mean, here's the thing: is like I think for him it's like a nerves thing. He doesn't want to be in that situation. So I feel like if he did go, yeah, as far as I know, that's what he said. Like, he doesn't want to go because he wouldn't be comfortable on stage at a live event, Which I get. That's a very specific situation that can be very uncomfortable. I think if he went to a live event, like, his skill would take him, no matter how nervous he was, a little bit. But I think he would lose way earlier just because his nerves would be so much higher than anybody else's.
Sure.
Possibly.
And now it's been so hyped up.
I know.
Everybody wants to know who he is. It's like every year he doesn't go, it just gets worse.
It does. He'd have to reveal who he is, like, separately.
Or what if he's been going this whole time?
Oh my god.
But just as like a viewer, he's not been, competing. What if you've met MaxPax?
Damn. That'd
what
be
if
kind
you
of dope,
brushed
actually.
him off?
Oh.
What if you I don't know who the fuck you are. Like, get away from me, dude.
Which is definitely the kind of person I am.
That
events.
is definitely you.
Like, if you come up to me at an event and I don't recognize you as like another big name streamer, like specifically like a partnered Twitch streamer, I actually won't talk to you.
He won't. It's kind of weird.
I will not speak. I won't say a word. I won't even look you in the eye.
He just pretends.
That's not true. If you come to Atlanta, please come up and say hi. I want to talk to you.
Don't say hi. Do not say hi to me.
Yeah, don't say hi to A-Pop.
I am that person.
All right, let's talk about this game like a little bit, I guess.
Yeah, we are.
Because Hero is going for a
fighting.
big attack right now. He's got a proxy gate, and he's taking a forward 4th base with this. What is this base?
Very forward.
I mean, this
Maybe
is...
so he can defend it with shield batteries?
It is, yeah. It's super aggressive. It's so he can blink backwards, like you said, to the shield batteries that are inevitably going to be going up there. I love this from Hero. I mean, this is hyper aggressive. Dark's got a Infestation Pit finishing up. He's starting his Hive at 7 minutes because he's Dark.
This is what he does.
He's gonna go ultras. He's just racing to ultras.
I think you're absolutely right. He's gonna try to get right on top of that and get like Adrenal out for these lings that he's got cooking.
Yeah.
But right now he's just got to deal with this. The Stalker's trying to be as cost efficient as possible for Hero. So far he's done a decent job, but that shield battery is not finished yet. And these Stalkers need some assistance. Oh,
One ran into down for that bile. Gonna warp in some more. We got the fast warp in here, of course.
Yep. Oracles
pretty quick.
didn't turn on, so they have a lot of energy left. Dark needs to be a little careful about these guys. But he hasn't drawn this base at all, so I guess he doesn't have to worry about it.
Whoa, 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 whoa. There's a bunch of Oracles in the main.
Yeah.
Just gonna get some damage down there.
Or are they? Because I feel like they should be at home right now. I don't think Hero realized that Dark was on like 62 drones and was just going to attack him at this base. But Hero's going to hold with the power of the Blink Stalkers.
Yeah,
And
I don't like this for Dark.
Now the Oracles are back, and Hero is pushing him right back into this base. Hero is ahead in workers, and he has been for a while. That Hive is done. But I don't see anything coming out of that Hive that made it worth all that investment for Dark yet.
Maybe going... I thought maybe he was going to go for Infestors here.
Honestly, I would love some Infestors out of
him.
him. But he is, I think, just desperately trying not to die at the moment. He's got the gas for it, too. It's a bit unfortunate. The Bile's hitting a little bit there. Stasis Ward not really catching too much, but these slow Zealots...
The boys.
The slow Zealots coming off, and the drones are getting demolished.
Still so many Stalkers left over there. Hero up 30 supply right now, and that is all represented in his army. Dark trying to chew through these Stalkers, but with that forward fourth base, there's just such a easy reinforce area for his army, as well as the retreat point. He needs to get some shield battery, and that is just going to be it. That's game one. In the drain, going to Hero.
Yeah, Hero taking the Blink Stalker victory there. I mean, Blink Stalkers are the bread and butter of Hero specifically, but Protoss in general right now. And Dark just not prepared for it. I don't think he was prepared for that forward position, fourth base with the proxy gateway.
Yeah, that was kind of crazy seeing him put the Nexus down there. I was like, whoa, bud.
It was. Honestly, it's kind of
here?
ballsy, and I love that Hero went for that.
It was. Yeah.
It's a very Hero move to be like, okay, my 3 base all in starts now as I proxy my fourth base at my proxy gateway to attack you.
Man.
Okay, Hero.
Okay, man.
Calm down, bud.
You do you, brother.
I mean, clearly it worked out beautifully. Having that forward position was very useful. And Dark just not able to get into that higher tech. He wanted to.
Yeah, I mean, I think if he could have gotten to ultras, there was no robotics facility down, so I think it could have done very well, but he just did not have any time. That the game was ending one way or another on Stalkers.
Sorry, I got mildly distracted by the cat.
He got mildly distracted by the cat, guys.
It happens.
Forgive him.
Please forgive me.
I do. We're on Hecate. Or Hecate.
Good old Hecate.
Hecate.
Or Hecate. Like if you're introducing like a man named Kate, and it's like you only have the vocabulary of Tarzan, you'd be like, Hecate.
Hecate.
Yeah.
Tarzan meet Jane. All right, we'll introduce the players. In the top right corner of the map, he is still wearing the red shorts. It is the Zerg player representing Dragon Kaizi Gaming. He is down a map, but he's not out yet. It is Dark.
Yes, and we are on Hecate. And
we are on Hecate.
Nice. Oof, indeed. We have seen some reverse sweeps in these best of fives between these guys.
I mean, we're not quite at that level yet. It's only game 1.
well, I'm just saying, never give up hope.
It has happened. It has happened.
It
Sure,
has.
sure.
It has. There was a period of time
Sure.
where I think like 3 weeks in a row, these guys played against each other in the finals of KSL, but also in the finals of the EPT Open Cup Korea. So they had like 4 or 5, maybe even 6 finals against each other.
Wow.
Over the course of a few weeks, and I like did the math, and over the course of all of those matches, they had the exact same map score against each other. It was like dead even.
Wow.
12-12 or something. I don't even remember what it was. But they're pretty evenly matched, these guys. That being said, Hero has won like 10 of the 11 times they faced each other in KSL finals, so
Wow.
he's got a pretty hefty winning record on Dark, specifically in the finals of this tournament.
Specifically in the KSL. Something about KSL, whether it's the time it takes place, the day, something about it.
Could be. I mean, it's a bit earlier of a tournament for Korea. It starts at noon KST, which is part of the reason we don't have a lot of Terrans in here, as you might know. Oh my God, Dark just killed the Ursa
Oh my
Dak.
lord. He killed the Ursa Dak.
Well,
where
it was
they
the
will never
male
find
Ursa
true
Dak.
love.
That's okay. That's okay.
Oh, we don't care about that one? All
No.
right.
No. If he kills the female Ursa Dak, though, we're gonna have words. Dark gonna be banned from KSL.
Wow. Really? You're going to ban Dark from KSL? Is that what's happening?
I'll think about it. Think about it.
Okay.
I don't remember
Gonna
what
go
I
for
was
the
saying
triangle
anymore.
third. He said if he kills the female Ursa Dak.
No, before he killed the Ursa Dak, I was like making a point. It's totally gone from my brain now.
It was in relation to Hero versus Dark in KSL, and how you were saying KSL starts early, and that's why we don't have any Terrans.
Oh, I was gonna make a really important point, which is that Terrans are degenerates and stay up too late to play in this tournament.
They're degenerates.
Yep. Unfortunate. Hero and Dark, though, awake, plenty of time, looking in good form.
Good boys.
You know, they're more mature. Early to bed, early to rise makes a gamer healthy, wealthy, and wise.
Ooh.
I think Ben Franklin said that.
Is that what he said? Was he a Zerg player as well, or?
Ben Franklin? That's a good question. He
Benjamin
might have been.
Franklin.
He might have been a Zerg player, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. What races do you think the founding fathers would have played?
George Washington was certainly, and I will not take any other race for an answer, he was certainly a Terran player.
Yeah, 100%. Like Hero Marine.
100%.
Like correct
Yes.
macro player.
Yes.
Honorable
yes,
macro
yes,
Terran.
Yes. Honorable macro Terran. Yes. Abe Lincoln, I think, was a Protoss player.
Oh, interesting. Interesting. I could see that. I could see that. Well, that's tough. Maybe like a stats-esque macro player. You know, like never tell a lie kind of macro player.
What about Winston Churchill? What would he play?
Winston
I feel like he
Churchill
would play third.
played random. Oh, so here's the thing.
Really?
Winston Churchill
Okay.
seems like a normal, reasonable player, kind of like a mid-level pro who everybody kind of likes, but then they found out he like smurfs.
Oh shit. Okay.
So like the more you learn about him, you learn like how he smurfs on ladder all the time. And he like BMs on alt accounts and kind of harasses people on alt accounts and stuff. That's Winston Churchill. So
Winston
probably
Churchill-
like a cheesy Protoss, honestly.
Randoms and tells you the wrong race.
Yeah, that's where I was heading with it, honestly.
Yeah.
That's kind of a Winston Churchill thing to do. But he like also does that to the worst people on the ladder.
More Tempests.
So you kind of like
More
that.
Tempests.
Yeah, we haven't talked about
Yeah,
this game at
that's
all.
true.
We've been really talking about a lot of, I don't know, like political figures.
Game adjacent things, you could say.
Yeah. But Dark just
Ling's
played against
running.
the strat, so
Yeah, he did.
he's going to be
A lot
very
of
familiar
queens
with
out for
it.
Dark.
I do love the Ling counterattack here. I don't know if it's going to get too much damage done, but it's pulling Hero's focus a little bit. Hydras are the answer for Dark in this game.
Yeah, no Spire down for him. He's going to have to defend with Queens, which Queens, they're okay at defending versus Tempest. They're not great. They do force them away, but eventually the Tempest will win out.
Yeah, it's
So
5 is the magic number of
some
Tempest to one-shot a Queen. Of course, both of these players know that. With Tectonic Destabilizers, I think 5 Tempest, 2 shots a Spore, if I'm not mistaken. So 5 is really the number Hero's looking for here.
You say that, but he's not making anymore.
No, he said 4. 4 is pretty good, actually. I'm gonna stick with
4
4.
is actually pretty deep.
What he
I think
wanted
I'm
to
gonna
do was prove
stay
me
on
wrong.
4.
So as soon as I said
Yeah.
5 is the magic number, he
canceled
canceled. Yeah. He's actually going to kill the Stargates now to make sure he can't accidentally make a 5th one.
Yeah.
But the Hydras are out,
fully
and
make sure.
Dark made sure to get that speed upgrade right away.
Oh, the surround!
Oh my God,
That's
where
actually
did these
sick.
come from? What a ballsy move. He gets it.
Almost gonna get that last
Ooh,
one, though.
it's
It's
so
so close.
And
He's
he
gonna
will
get it.
grab
There
it.
it is.
And now
It's gonna
these-
cost him a lot, but
It is, but now like the Tempests are no longer a threat, right? 2 Tempests, that's the least scary thing, honestly, you could ever see.
you could see 1 Tempest.
1 Tempest is more supply for like good units. 2 Tempests isn't enough to be scary, but costs more supply. So I
But
feel like
also wasted their money.
it's
I see,
fully, it's
okay.
fully wasting the space.
Okay, I see. He's going straight up Hydras here.
So much Hydras.
Bunches of
no Hive, no Lurker Den,
Nope.
Hydras. Not even really upgrades. He's got +1 missile attacks. Chilling on that.
He's got the speed, I think, on
Who needs
Hydras,
it?
and that's about it.
Yep. All right, finally that infestation pit goes down. I don't know if he was expecting an attack from Hero. I wouldn't put it past Hero to go for a big blink attack, which seems to be what he's doing.
like he
He's got
might.
the Warp Prism on the way and a bunch of units moving across the map, so Dark might have been onto something. But he's going to be on the wrong side here for this, trying to get these Hydras to push away the Tempests. And Hero's going to hit completely. Dark is in the dark about this.
Yep. Couple of Hydras over there. It is actually going to defend that decently well here. Very interesting.
Yeah, you know
So
what?
it
Hero
looks
does
like
not
Dark
commit.
is going to have some time. No, he doesn't. Doesn't want to play his hand just yet. Tempests are still alive on the other side of the map. He's going to expand over to a 4th base, seeing that Dark is on 5 himself. Protoss needs to keep up at least 1 base behind.
Yeah, now that the Tempests weren't able to keep canceling that base, he wants to take the 4th, but he's got to be careful here. Obviously can pick up in that Warp Prism, gets the Immortal out of there. Hero backs up, doesn't really lose much.
Speed on the way.
Roach speed on the way, yeah. Dark gonna stick on those ground units. The trades have been excellent for Hero in this game. And,
They have been.
ooh, he's gonna go back in. Dark is, again, out of position here. No creep spread for Dark. Basically none at all.
Yeah.
And I think that's more of a factor of the way Dark has played this game, but whoa, Stalker's trying to escape. The Ling's looking for the surround, but I think this is enough Stalkers to just kill the Lings and get out.
He's gonna get a few. He's gonna get a
Yeah, a
few.
few Stalkers getting
Yeah.
trimmed off here. Hydras did get a slight speed buff, I think, since you last played, so they're a little bit quicker.
A little bit quicker. A little bit quicker. There's a Colossus though.
Uh-oh. Colossus
Uh-oh.
just, whoa, these Hydras
A little bit of an
caught.
awkward spot here.
Yeah, where are those
Gotta
roaches?
kind of commit with them. Gotta
The
commit with them.
Hydra's
Roaches are
forced to
going in.
fight. Roaches don't have speed yet, but they're gonna
the
dive in
speed
on
just
top
not
of this
finishing.
anyways. This is a good
Oh.
fight for Hero, I think, though. A
This is so
second
good.
Colossus on the way. And even with Roach speed done now, the Hydras are pretty much all dead. The Ling's coming forward. Can Dark clean some of this up? He's just trying to take some good trades, but a big warp in from Hero.
Buys him a little bit of time here. 15 Hydras in production. He might be able to finish. Get those guys out here. He's gonna pull his Queens over as well. Queens quite good against Colossus.
Yeah, they don't take much
see if
damage
it's
at
gonna
all
be
from
enough,
those
though.
beams. No drones going down just yet. Some Hydras on the low ground drawing the Colossus fire, but I just don't think it's going to be enough for Dark. He's down a lot of supply, and it feels like Hero's just going to be able to push through. A third Colossus shows up, and Dark
GG.
drops about 100 Gs as Hero takes the 2-0 lead. As best of 5.
That was a good game.
Was indeed.
Yeah.
The goodest of games.
The goodest of games. Very
man.
solid plays out of Hero. Protoss showing, hey, we're still here. We're
Yeah.
still doing just fine.
Yeah. Well, Hero in particular.
Yes.
Still, looking very strong.
I just don't know if there's a buff they could give the Hydras that would make me like them.
Hydras are
They're so bad.
They're tough.
They're so bad.
They're a little bit better now, but they still struggle. And I feel like that leads to that like really difficult mid game that so far we've seen Dark kind of struggle with against Hero, right? It's like Hero starts to get kind of a beefy army, and unless Dark hard techs and gets ahead in tech, gets to that hive, gets to like lurkers or ultras or something, which he kind of tried to do in game 1, but even that, it ended up just being a little too late. Hero was already hitting, already doing damage, and Dark had to just fight for his life on hatch tech against just better units.
Yeah, Hero really not wanting to take the game late, doing some pretty early timing attacks with the Tempests in that last game, and then just sweeping the rest of it with Stalkers. Stalkers, a little bit of Colossus to seal the deal there, but not letting Dark get up to Hive, not letting him play where he's comfortable.
Yeah. Good
I would
moves
love to
from
see
Hero so far.
some big Roach energy from Dark in one of these
I
games,
would hope to see some aggression from him. I feel like a lot of
Yeah,
times he can put so much pressure on with early stuff, and like if you're trying to get a Tempest out or 2 Tempests out and you're just getting all in on 3 bases, not a good look for the Protoss. So I'd love to see something like that.
I have actually a question about this in my chat too. Why the Tempest really over like something like Carriers, for instance? It's interesting because Carriers are actually a good bit easier to deal with in the early game because Queens trade very, very well against Carriers, Interceptors specifically. Carriers will scale into the late game a little bit better, of course, than Tempests will, but Tempests are surprisingly difficult for Zerg to deal with until they can get to Corruptors. And so if you were able to surprise them with Tempest, you have a chance of actually just kind of ending the game there. They deal so much damage to buildings if they have that upgrade. They have an extremely long range. So Tempests they're like the Dark Templars of the sky, where they're weird. You kind of have to deal with them in a specific way.
Well, and they're cheaper and they build much faster. Whereas like a carrier takes forever to build, it's slower to fly across the map. It's
easier to defend on low numbers. I would say.
And like Queens against carriers, Queens do surprisingly well. Whereas we kind of saw the Tempests, they can go ahead and just not take basically any damage from Queens.
Just kite them around. Yeah, you're really not.
Yeah,
you're gonna lose them.
You also you can eventually get that like 1-shot or 2-shot potential, where even with transfuses, the Queens can't hang out very long. It forces the Zerg to tech into, I don't know, something that shoots up, right? Hydras or Corruptors.
Corruptors are usually the preferred.
And then in game 1, Hero really took advantage of the Corruptors that were coming out, I feel like. No, there weren't Corruptors in game 1. I'm thinking of a different game.
Yeah, you are. You're thinking of the previous CVP.
But he took advantage of the Hydras in game 2 by building the Colossi, right? He went straight into the Robo Bay knowing that the Hydras were out, and he forced Dark into a tech and then countered the tech. It's a classic move. It's the 1-2 punch.
1-2 puncharoo.
It worked out very well.
But we haven't even introduced the players of this game. Who the heck are we even watching, Chickenman?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me on this. The upper right-hand corner of Alcyone is Dragon Kitesy's Hero.
Well, if Hero is in the upper right-hand corner, then that must mean that in the bottom left corner, also representing Dragon Kaisei Gaming, it is the Red Zerg player Dark. Whoosh.
Whoosh.
Fully pulled off of gas. just getting Ling speed. Not gonna go for any early layer, anything like that. No early roaches.
He did force his natural though. I noticed in this game.
He did, and I love that.
He forced that probe away with another drone, and a lot of times if Dark does that, he gets aggressive. He's got this triangle third as well. I wouldn't be too shocked to see him try to get some roaches, maybe those queens across the map to hero. But as I say that, I'm going to cast or curse it, and he's not going to do it, so...
He's going to play the longest macro game of his career.
He's going to go like a 4-minute hive.
It's going to be like a 45-minute game.
Honestly, that would be so sick. I really hope that's
crazy.
What happens. I mean, we are on match point here for Hero, right? All he has to do is win one map. He's got to be feeling pretty comfy. Well, there have been those big reverse sweeps before. Like, I don't know. It's still a nice place to be.
Dark has a lot of space he has to claw back here. Going for a relatively early Evo chamber.
Yeah,
not the earliest in the world, but he is tucking it behind in the main.
The +1 melee positioning, as you well know. You only put your Evo chamber there if you're getting +1 melee.
Oof. I mean, some people do, I'm sure. Is that where they put it?
I have seen one exception to this, ever.
Really?
In my entire casting career. If the Evo chamber goes down behind the main mineral line, it's +1 melee. No exceptions, except that one. And I think that might have been like Neo Micah, and I think it was specifically so that they would scout the Evo chamber in the main. Think it was melee,
I think it's melee,
but it was missile attacks, and then the Roach Warren went down afterwards. It was one of those like.
Why is
I could not tell you. This is the most consistent thing in StarCraft.
Okay, here's my guess. Here's my Zerg wisdom for why this is. Typically, you would put Evo chambers in the wall if you have ranged units because they can fight from behind those Evo chambers.
True.
But if you're gonna get upgrades and they're not for your ranged units, they're for melee units, you want your the natural to be open, so you can try to get those surrounds a bit faster.
That makes a lot of sense.
That's all I can figure, anyways.
You know, Hero's trying to be really annoying with these units. But I feel like this isn't
kind of handling it.
Yeah, like a few drones have gone down, but that's guaranteed to happen here, right?
Yeah.
So far, this has gone all right for Dark. Obviously, he is losing drones.
You have to really fuck up with Protoss to not get any drones at all.
Yeah, I mean, no drones here would be a massive win for Dark.
That would
Hero's putting all of his early game production into drone killing. So he has to get some drones. He's picking up a few more now. Now that I'm saying it, the Oracle's getting some big damage done and actually evening up those trades quite a bit.
Yeah.
Ooh, but these Lings across the map.
I don't actually even get that one.
I can't believe they didn't do it.
Yeah, that's
I feel like they could kill this gateway right now. Like, what's stopping them?
Yeah, good question.
Dark just doesn't want to sacrifice his Lings. It is a blink follow-up for Hero, which is a shocker.
He does have +1 melee. So
he does have +1 melee. That's true.
Yeah, it's. But you do kind of want to have you don't want to like trickle in your Lings, right?
No.
You want to have all of them together. You slam them in, hit them with the flood of Lings, and then hope it all works out to wash.
Yep. The bigger surround you can get, the better. He's got a lot of Lings coming out right now as +2 melee starts up.
Perfect scout there. He does hold the watchtower, so not.
This watchtower too with the like.
Actually, it's inactive.
It's so
now.
interesting. No, he can use it. Hero's using it. The positioning he has with this adept is so sick.
Oh yeah, there. Okay, so it is pretty crazy. That's so funny. It's like, where in the world? It's active.
Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego?
Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego?
That adept was Carmen Sandiego, actually. She's dead now.
She's dead now. Gonna go into Hydra Ling Bane here, where you're seeing the hooks, the Bane speed coming out. You got Hydra range as well. Going into the classic Zerg build.
Yeah, I love this. I'm glad to see this from Dark. I mean, obviously he's been doing some roaches, and so far the roaches haven't really worked out for him. So he's switching it
known
up.
for the roaches.
Hydroling Bane.
He's known. Yeah.
He is known for the roaches. I will absolutely agree with that. But I feel like some players have made the Ling Bane styles work. At least a bit. Solar's pretty good at it. 11 drones just died.
Whew, that's no 11 probes. Yeah,
Probes. Sorry, that's what I meant to say.
I was like, no, they didn't.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Those oracles must have had like AOE fire on or something.
Dude, imagine how actually insane that would be.
I don't want to imagine that. That sounds
too
miserable.
good. It's too good.
I think Dark can hold this pretty handily here. He's got so many
mean,
units. There's no way
Hero can poke and prod, but like the Hydras don't have their speed upgrade. It's probably the hardest thing, and Hero's doing a great job taking advantage of the
he is gonna
walling
get this.
here. Yeah, he's gonna force the
not
cancel.
killing that early little rock that's right there.
Yeah,
He's
look
gonna kill
at
it
Dark
now.
immediately fixes
And he goes,
that.
God damn it, dude. Yeah. Rocks, enemies of the Zerg, never useful to have. You basically never want rocks on the map if you're a Zerg player. You kill every rock you see.
It's true. I agree with this sentiment. But overall, I think Dark's still in a totally fine position. It is 4 bases to 4. The worker count's even. But Dark has
Once
some
again,
more
though,
army.
we do see, as a reaction to the Hydras, I think, that Robotics Bay coming down. I would not be surprised to see Colossus popping out of those fellas.
Yeah, Blink Stalker,
as we get
Colossus.
a very similar looking game.
Good composition here. I think Dark's much better set up than last game.
He is.
So I feel like this is a better chance for him to show how he deals with what Hero's got.
Hive almost finished up here. Burrow is almost done as well. Might just be to
Ooh.
kind of burrow some stuff. You think he's gonna do some Burrow Bane things, or maybe burrow some Lings
I would
at the outer
love to see
bases?
Burrow Banes, but like you just never see that against Protoss.
That just never
Observers
happens, right?
makes it pretty
Yeah.
not great if they're just with the army. But also, Banelings just don't kill Protoss stuff as easily. Like 2 Banes won't
Not
do
as
anything.
easily.
You need like 6
Yeah.
Banes, which becomes a big investment.
Immediately though, +3 melee and adrenal coming out there. +1 missile, almost finished up. Have a bit of Hydra damage increase. What are those units on the right side of the map that are kind of crawling up the right side there?
Those are just
Just
regular old overlords,
overlords.
but they
Okay.
might become dropper lords here.
Oh, there they are.
Yeah.
That's a weird.
Oh,
That's a weird spot for Zerg units to be.
There's a lot of action
that
happening right
Prism.
now. The Prism gonna get caught and forced into the corner. Some Zealots will get into the natural though. Dark's gonna have to deal with these guys as the Queen goes down. A lot of Lings gonna try to head into the main base, but Dark focusing on the defense first before putting
Smart.
that pressure on.
Yeah.
That's what you got to do.
There they go. They're all loading in now. They're about to go into that main base. One Ling is like, wait for me, wait for me.
Oh, he gets in.
One Ling too many.
Oh my god,
It's
just
like,
that
okay,
one Ling.
well, I'll just sit over here then in the corner.
Yeah, and I don't know if Hero's
Hero,
gonna be ready
his
for
whole
this.
army is
Oh.
out on the map
He's
right now.
He recalled that Prism, so he cannot recall back into his base. So now he's got to
Okay,
take this fight out here. Lings are going to dive into the base. They see the Dark Shrine the moment it finishes. This is so good for Dark. The Stasis Ward's
amazing.
keeping the army a little bit safe out here for Hero, but he has to go home and deal with this. Zealot Warpin's going to be pretty strong against the Lings. But this is what Dark does with his burrow. He gets Lings in.
the burrow.
He just burrows Lings all around. I wouldn't be surprised to see him throw down a Nidus at some point, because as the game gets longer, dealing with Niduses in your bases becomes exponentially more difficult.
So hard.
Yeah. So I wouldn't be surprised to see
Dark.
Dark go for that. He's got the Lurker Den on the way, so he is getting into some higher tech.
We're getting Blink Stalkers. Or, sorry, Blink Dark Templars.
Ooh, Shadow Stride. You'll love to see
Shadow
it.
Strike. Yeah.
The Lings unburrow because the cannon was here,
Cannon
but they're
does
not going to
finish,
get any damage done because the shield battery's here too.
Huge army for Dark on the middle of the map, though. But there are some energy units here, some High Templar finish, and a couple of Colossus.
Yeah,
3
Hero's
Colossus,
got
in
a
fact.
very nice looking ground army, and the Lurkers are not done yet. They do not have any upgrades yet. Dark doesn't want to take a fight right now. This is not a good fight for Dark to take.
63 Banelings are morphing in now.
That's a lot of
Evolving,
things. Oh, he's got
if you
Vipers
will.
too. Okay. If he can
yeah.
yoink the Colossi, he'll be okay.
Get
But
the
if Hero can
Colossi.
feed back the Vipers, those could
Yep.
be some nice big paperweights up there.
Those are huge.
Dark
That is
also,
a
this is not
huge
a
amount
good
of Banelings.
positioning.
Oh,
There's
he
the
feedbacks them
feedbacks.
immediately.
Oh, the Banelings,
Oh,
though, they
the
just
Banes
go
roll
in.
in.
Storms. Oh, God, the AOE.
Oh no!
Just smashing the Banelings. 54 more Lings on the way. Hero going to keep pushing. He did lose a lot of that front line, but he's just going to warp in another like 12 Stalkers, kills that base. And now Dark desperately trying to get more units out to take a fight here. But the Colossi are all still alive. The Viper is going to get blunked on, stormed, and sniped. And I don't know if Dark's going to have enough, man. Hero's army
A lot of
is
Lings, a big surround here, though.
but he just picks up the
Enough.
Colossus in the Warp Prism. Oh, forced to cancel that
the
warp
lurkers,
though.
Does he have an observer with his army? I don't think he does.
He doesn't. The oracles, the oracles all died, and the observers died. So Dark maybe sniped those down, or maybe just got lucky here. But great timing for those lurkers to pop, because that was moments away from death. Hero's still going to try to get some damage done here with the Stalkers and the Colossi. But he needs to be careful. He still doesn't have detection.
No.
These lurkers, though, I don't think they have their upgrades. Oh, they have the range.
They have
the
seismic
range is
spines
done.
just finished.
Yeah.
Gonna really chew into some of those zealots.
This
there.
is such a great move from Hero, though. He's attacking in multiple places, just avoiding fighting where the lurkers can really win. Killing 22 drones, and the lurker den goes down. Oh, man. That is brutal. Dark losing a lot here. Hero, in the meantime, has set up a gold base and has misplaced his other base over here.
Oh, my God.
But I don't know if it's going to matter. I mean, Dark is way down in supply. The army is still solid for Dark. But Hero, I mean, he's got so much. Look at this army in the middle of the map.
Yeah.
3 Colossi, 4 Archons, some High Templar. It's so powerful.
Tons of stasis wards to fall back on if he needs to. And very strong here.
Oh, Dark's just going to
Stepping
go
up
in
pretty
on it.
far, though.
Some beautiful storms there on top of the
There
army.
are
The
the
lurkers
observers,
can
though.
be spotted now.
Yeah.
And that is that.
Oh my
Dark
goodness.
making it look like more of a game than the other ones. But Hero just 3-0'd Dark.
Yeah, man. 3-0. So Hero, if I'm not mistaken, if you win the final game, that means you're the winner, right?
That is it. That is GG.
So Hero
That's the end
is
of the
this
game.
week's KSL champion.
He is this week's KSL champion. He has now won. Let's see. I'm going to take a look at how many KSL he has won. This would be the 15th KSL victory for Hero.
Consecutively?
Not consecutively. He actually lost last week to Cure. But
Whoa.
before that, he won 3 in a row.
Mm.
Yeah, so he's got a pretty good track record. Of the last 11, he's won 9.
Wow, that's a lot.
Is that right?
I don't
of the
know.
last 11. Listen, math is not my strong suit. No, he's won 8. 1, 2, 3,
Okay,
4,
that's
5,
still
6,
very
7.
impressive.
No, he's won 9. How is this happening? 9 of the last 12. That's why. That's why this math wasn't working.
Ah. Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, that's not very impressive at all, actually.
No, I
9
mean-
out of the last 11, that's huge.
Right.
9 out of the last 12, I mean, pretty much anybody can do that. So
Yeah. We all know 9/11 is bigger than 9/12.
that's okay.
I don't know where I was going with that. Yeah, that's it though.
That's okay.
KSL done and dusted.
That's it.
Number 36.
KSL, that's a wrap.
Washed.
A very interesting last series there. Dark defeated pretty handily by Hero in that series.
Yeah, it's pretty surprising. Like again,
Yeah,
these guys are
didn't
very
even take a map, you know.
evenly matched, and I feel like usually it's like a 3-1 or a 3-2. I'm sure this is not the first 3-0. In fact, as I look at it, the last time they faced in the KSL finals, it was also 3-0. And the time before that, it was a 3-1. So yeah, Dark has not been taking very many maps off of Hero.
No, doesn't seem like it. Some post-game banter here from Hero and Dark.
I do wish I could read this.
Don't know what they're saying, but
I
they
assume Dark is complaining about Protoss, and Hero is agreeing. That's kind of my assumption here.
Yeah. That
That's-
last fight, though, for Hero, just being able to feed back those Vipers just
Oh, yeah.
straight away immediately,
Hell,
man.
and
That is just like, what
I
do
feel
you...
like there was an opportunity there for Dark to maybe try to split off some units
Maybe
and get like
yeah.
a big surround, or at least try and push Hero away.
It's so tough,
he
though.
went straight through the middle, and Hero was just
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, storms.
The biggest crux of it was he ran it off creep. He wasn't on creep
Yeah.
anymore. And, I mean, maybe if he was on creep, that was going to work. So maybe he misjudged that somehow, but I'm not sure. It was definitely a very, very sad engagement at some point. I mean, if he backs up there, what is he really going to accomplish? I mean, I don't know. Sometimes you just have to rip it in. He needed to buy time for that lurker done to finish.
Yeah.
Who knows what could have happened there? But definitely some very, very solid plays from Hero. And we'll see what Dark does next time.
Hopefully, next time maybe Dark can get the upset and actually beat Hero.
The upset. Is that
At
what
this
that
point.
would be called?
At this
Yeah, I
point, it
guess
feels like
so.
an upset.
I guess so. Yeah.
Hero
I guess
is.
so.
I feel like they've played around 10 times or so against each other. Like Hero's won
10
15.
times,
He's
wow.
won 15 finals, and here I'm gonna count it. So bear with me. Here.
Okay, go count it. Go
1,
count it.
2,
I'm bearing.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This was the 10th finals of Hero versus Dark, and Hero has won 9 of those.
Whoa.
So I feel like at that point it's an upset. Like Dark
I think
just
you're right.
it really struggles against Hero specifically in this tournament. I don't know
wonder
what
why.
it is.
That's so crazy. Yeah, I wonder why. Well, some questions, Chicken, just won't ever get answered.
That's true. But if you want some insight into what might have happened here, maybe you're a Protoss and you're like, damn, how did Hero do it? I have great news for you. You can have these replays. Not just from this series, but from every series in this tournament, except for the ones where the players won't send me the replays. But we should have most of them today.
Wow.
If you become a patron on the
Oh my
KSL
gosh.
Patreon. Exclamation mark Patreon, at least in my chat. I don't know what it is
And
your
in
chat.
my chat.
Wow.
It is exactly that in my chat.
Damn. And then
Go support some grassroots StarCraft tournament organizers, guys. They are the lifeblood of the StarCraft 2 community, literally keeping a dead game alive,
somebody suggested to
resurrecting
me
it from the dead every week.
that the reason GSL decided to make a Patreon for crowdfunding was because the KSL started up and was so successful.
So successful with it. I don't doubt it.
So
I don't doubt it.
if you want to, get in on that action and help these
Get
players
in on it.
maintain a living in Korea on StarCraft,
Please
consider supporting today. All that money
support your boys.
goes to the players, except for what goes to like Patreon and PayPal, because they take a cut
They
too.
do take a little bit.
They do.
Yep,
Just
they
a
do
little.
take a little. They do. Yeah.
None of it goes to me.
Anything
I don't
else
take any of that
you
money.
want to plug? Anything else you want to plug, sir?
There's also a Matcherino if you'd like to add free money to the
Oh, yeah.
prize pool. There's Matcherino codes.
Boom.
Check that out.
You know
Just-
what? I'm
Yeah.
going to do that right now because I didn't
Oh!
do it before.
Damn. And you know what? It's so easy.
I'm going to claim the code. Guys, there are
Claim that code.
34 of 50 codes remaining right now, and you add 0.25 to the prize pool.
That's right. You can add a quarter.
Claim.
You can throw a quarter at
I'm
these
hitting
players.
the claim code button.
You do have to be logged.
You
in.
could also, wow, you could retweet.
Yeah, so you can
follow some. What? There's so many things
Yeah.
you can do.
You could. Here's a fun
You can
fact.
subscribe to Chickenman.
That's right. And add 20 cents to the prize pool.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Whoa! That's crazy. Possum,
way
I
to do
just saw a claimed one.
I
Look at
did.
that.
Shout out to Possum.
Shout out to that guy. It's not letting me claim it. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Probably have to log in there,
You do.
streamer.
You do have to log in. That's true.
Probably got to log in there,
I believe in
streamer.
you.
Apoptosis,
Oh my god.
boom.
Top of the list right now. Top of the
Boomed him
list.
right there. I have read and I agree. I'm gonna not do any of these other things, but I did claim the code.
That's a good call. I have a
On
question
to
for you.
my pawn. Yes, sir.
Are you going to continue streaming? And if so, are you going to
Oh.
queue up a StarCraft game?
No, I'm not. Definitely not that.
I was hoping you got
Definitely not
inspired,
doing
but
that.
maybe
No,
the
no.
3-0 there. From
Yeah,
the Protoss
watching
was...
Dart get 3-0'd by Protoss killed any other
Damn.
want to do that. I probably will keep streaming. I will probably play some Dota too.
Nice.
At least a match or two here. But yeah, man. Again, big thank you for having me. This was a lot of fun. I will endeavor to join you on future casts if you would have me.
I'm glad you joined. I'd be happy to have you in the future.
All right.
You know, we do this just about every week, although we are going to skip the DreamHack Atlanta week because really hard to run a tournament when you're not there. Yeah, it's true,
bro. That's fair. That's fair though. All right, man. Well, I will let you get to it. I'm assuming you're ending stream. Or
I am. I got to go gather these replays. I got to make sure to edit my content so I can put the games on YouTube.
Get that content up there.
That's what you got to do.
Get it up there, dude. You know, gotta gain a little of it for yourself. Coffee cup money every now and again.
Right? I don't make any money on YouTube yet, but one of these days I believe
oh, never mind,
in my ability to make money from YouTube. I only need like 450 more subs or so.
Oh shit.
So
I don't know what it is for
subscribe
mine.
today.
I have the sub count. I know that.
So you have the sub count, but not the watch hours.
Yeah.
I have the watch hours, but not the sub count. We need to like
combine forces.
We need to figure this out. Yeah.
What is it? Let me see. Where is mine at here? Eligibility. I'm almost at the watch hours, actually.
Oh, hell yeah. That's what we like to see.
Well, okay. Almost is subjective. I am halfway to the watch hours. Which is pretty good, I think, because I've only been redoing YouTube for like the last 3 or 4 months.
That is good.
If we just keep going with that trend, then we'll make it. All right. Awesome. Well, I will drop from the call, brother. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your afternoon.
Thank you.
Again, thank you for joining me for Thanksgiving, and thank you for letting me join you for this casting.
It was my pleasure. I'm very thankful to have friends such as you.
I am thankful for friends like me as well.
You should be.
GG's, brother. I'll catch you later.
All right,
give a pet to Officer Everything Big.
Oh,
please.
I certainly will. Many
okay,
pets.
Fantastic.
And please pet Tolkien for me.
I shall. It shall be done. GG.
Nice. Thank you, Mr. Apoptosis, for joining us on today's broadcast. And thank you guys out there in chat for watching, for hanging out, for being part of the broadcast. Thank you also for clicking that happy partner anniversary button. Appreciate that. I think we decided that today must have been the day that I sent in my application that was finally granted partner. Because I definitely didn't get partner until like the second week of December or so. Or maybe it was the first week of December. But I digress. I hope you all had a lovely Thanksgiving if you are a celebrator of Thanksgiving. And if you're not, I hope you had a great Thursday, November 23rd. I'll be back. I don't know if I'm going to be able to cast any ESL this week. I'm hoping I can cover Korea in the morning, but I have to work on Monday, which sucks. If nothing else, I'll be on for KSL next week. Possibly I'll be able to turn a stream on before then. We will see. I've been thinking about reaching out to the World Team League people and maybe getting some replays or the replay of the broadcast to cover, but I don't know when that happens. So I'm going to have to do some looking into it. But thank you guys for hanging out. Thanks for supporting KSL. I'm going to just rate up Apoptosis because that's what you do after a cast like that. He's going to be playing some Dota. So if you don't like Dota, just mute the stream, you know? The best way to do it. Give those views. And I'll catch you on the flip side. None of my buttons work, so I'm going to have to click this manually. All right, love you guys. Bye, boom.